best friend now she's so late. And as you're talking, I start thinking, all the details start to sink in. But I don't care about the right now. Spend the summer in this beach house. 'Cause I was right to play my part. My lies memorized in my heart. I keep losing to a moment where I'm with you, I just can't focus. I love to hear your crazy theories about conspiracies on TV. I know the truth and it's so simple. Blame it all on stupid impulse. And I keep living out of my head. Just forgive me for my silence. 'Cause I was right to play my part. My lies memorized in my heart. 'Cause I was right to play my part. My lies memorized in my heart. 'Cause I was right to play my part. My lies memorized in my heart. see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be it. And all they dudes are trying to score like it's fever. She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under the subtle smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
Let me paint a picture. I see they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. Seen you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that yeah, who really care what Simon say? All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can't match that. Louis V scarf, or I'm chilling with a dad hat. Whoa, slow it down like that. Just hold me down like that. Yeah.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa.
There's something about the way that you understand. We don't need a rush and we don't need to make no plan. You say, pace yourself, slow it down. And I don't want to waste my days with no one else. I love how it feels. Killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights. Trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive. Infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine when we're killing time. There's something about the way you talk with your hand. The way that you say my name when nobody's there. No, no. You say it's alright. Take your space if you need a break. And if I need to disconnect, that's okay. This ain't no race. Killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights. Trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive. Infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine when we're killing time. Killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights. Trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive. Infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine when we're killing time. Oh, oh. Killing time.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. To all of you on YouTubes and the Twitch machines. How the fuckety are we all? I am exceptionally well, I thank you for asking. It's 7 PM here in the UK. It's 2 PM on the east coast of Americana land. It's 8 PM in Central European time. And of course it's 7 AM in the great nation of Fiji. All hail Fiji. Yes, what's up my fellow Anglo-Saxon liberal empiricists? Yes, we'll get to our friend Infrared in just a moment. Oh, how are we all? Well, I hope. Hopefully there's no more weather-based fuckery for peeps to be dealing with and such. Today's going to be, I don't know, quite a long one. That's what she said. Quite a smooth one with a fat set of bollocks. That's also what she said, but that's not even that's not a double entendre. That's just literally talking about someone's genitals. Hello, Joe, you cop. How are you, man? Come to do more repressing of the working class, I say. Good, good. Anyway, yes. Today, I am going to be watching lots of Tim Pool shit. I've enjoyed over the last few days doing the longer shows, doing more like 3, 4, 5 hour type dealios. I've enjoyed that actually. So I'm thinking when I'm not doing shows with Christy, because I don't want to take up too much of Christy's time, I might do longer shows. And so I thought I might do a little marathon of Tim Pool fuckery today. If you feel like coming along for the ride with me. And it's based on a single Tim Pool tweet which I responded to. Where are we? Here we go. Here we fucking well are. There we go. I saw this from him last night. The Cartoon Network, which I believe is a network that shows cartoons. I believe that to be the case. I haven't been young for a very long time, but I believe that's what they are. And they were around when I was young anyway. So they just put out a nice thing. See colour, be anti-racist. Okay? Tim Pool says, lol, Cartoon Network goes full alt-right. Which is one of the dumbest things that even he has ever said. And I just had to respond, the alt-right is anti-racist now. The bad take machine never fails. And Tim Pool is a bad take machine. But I wanted to test out a theory, because I was thinking to myself, Tim Pool's not just a bad take machine, right? Because you usually expect, like, a person to be completely, even the most fuck-headed of people, to be right occasionally. You know, the old adage about the stop clock being right twice a day. But Tim Pool isn't even that. Tim Pool isn't even the stopped clock being right twice a day. He's so wrong about fucking everything. He's like a metaphysical conundrum of stupidity. He defies the adage of the stop clock. So I thought we'd test that by watching loads of his shit and see if we can come up with any good take he has on any issue. And I don't think he will. I don't think he will. And I suppose, and we'll have like some palette cleansers and stuff in between. There'll be some other fun stuff. It won't just be Timothy. And of course, as always, people, you can send me links and stuff to things if you want me to have a look. I don't need to really ask you that or say that, because you just send me shit anyway, and I enjoy it enormously, and I thank you all for it. But on that point, yeah, we'll look at some other stuff as well. But yeah, one of the main themes of tonight's show is right wingers being stupid. Tim Pool being a prime example. But this is another absolutely beautiful piece of nonsense, which just it made me chuckle today. So I'm going to just share it with you. Fuck it. There's a group called Britain First here in Britain. They're a sort of quasi-fascist group who are sort of borderline terrorists. They go around harassing largely Muslims about, and largely innocent Muslims. Like, they don't actually go after extremists. They go after like typically random fucking people with like crosses and stuff, and being like, fuck you, like just in the street. Like, they're fucking mental. Anyway, they've had some legal troubles, understandably. Both their leaders and former leader, Jada Franson and Paul Golding. Paul Golding's still with the group. Jada Franson, I believe, has now left. They have both been in legal trouble. They've both been in and out of prison for various sort of borderline terroristy type things. So their group's been kind of falling apart. So they were planning this relaunch, and their relaunch of like street activities, which I think is basically just going to be harassing Muslims again. I think, which is pretty disgusting, but you know, that's a thing they intend to do. It would appear, and they sent out this little rounder to people, this little email to people about this, and they just said, when the relaunch of our street activities take place on the 29th of March, I do not want it to be a damp squid. A damp squid. A damp squid. A damp squid. I think these people might be fucking stupid. I think they might actually be very, very stupid. And talking of very stupid people, our friend Infrared. There he is. I'm going to be revealing private conversation with two separate people today, but don't worry, they're both scum, so it's fine. And it's not revealing any private information, anything like that. Out of the blue, last night I got off stream and checking my social medias, as I'm wont to do from time to time. Infrared, who is a person I don't follow, and I don't believe they follow me either, sent me this message. So I had to go into like the requested message thing and alright, whatever. And he said, "You are challenged to a debate." Now that is not typically how one goes about challenging someone to a debate. It's a bit weird, mate. It's a bit weird and a bit shit. You know, in keeping, I suppose. Infrared says, you would usually go with something like, do you want to debate? Do you want to talk about something? What do you want to talk about? But he just says, you are challenged to a debate. Like he's throwing down the gauntlet to me, and we're going to fucking joust. The man's a fucking lunatic. Anyway, I repeated my thing from last night. My price is $10. I'm cheaper than Vosh. He has not gotten back to me yet, which I think the fact that he hasn't responded to me, by the rules of the great man himself, I think that means I win. I think that means I win, and I've destroyed him. I can see the fear in his eyes. I can sense the fear from this individual, and I've definitely won. He's been destroyed. He's been wrecked. Right? Can I get some W's in chat for wrecked? Because we're not spelling it R-E-K-T. It's not 2016. Shush. Can I get some W's in chat for wrecked? Because you are, my friend, absolutely wrecked. And we're going to celebrate the size of this W. Whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police. That's a song. Anyway. So that's Infrared. Our new bestest best friend in all of the world. We got a noise happened, didn't it? Hang on, I need to go to noise. Oh, hang on, why can't I go to noise? Where's what? Ooh, hang on a second. Layout editor, studio mode. Oh no, I don't want that. Why wouldn't it tell me the fucking thing? Sorry, everyone. It's got a button where I can just go straight to the thing that tells me like what you've said in the message, but for some fucking reason that doesn't want to do that today. Log in. Do I have to log in? Log in with. Hang on. No. I want to log in with Twitch, don't I? Sorry. Apologies, everybody. We'll be getting to someone even stupider than Infrared in a bit. I think is an Infrared fanboy, unless I'm very much mistaken. Do I want to go to that? What are you? Best clips? That's what? Hang on a sec. This is absolutely ridiculous. What is it doing? Open performance window? I don't want to do that. What do I want to do? Someone sent me a message and I can't fucking seem to find but appearance notifications? No. I don't know. I don't know how to fucking do that now. I'm literally lost. Shit. What do I do? What do I do? Best clip. Oh no, what are you?
Sério, eu acredito, mano. Ganhei donate.
I'm stumped. Why didn't I call this infrared kids done in 2 shots? Because I don't think that's real. So another thing happened, but I can't. Damn it! I can't fucking find it. Home. Go to the home page. Will it tell me there? To the home page. Will it tell me there? It won't tell me there. Fuck me. This shouldn't be that difficult. This really shouldn't be that difficult. No, I don't want to try Amazon Prime. Powered by Streamlabs. Layout editor. Oh no. We definitely don't want that. Save changes. Go away. What is it doing? Well, anyway, whatever you said, thank you, but I can't find the fucking message. I don't know where it's gone. Pro settings? Is that right? No, that's fine. I am so fucking lost, everyone. I'm sorry. For some reason, there's usually a button that I just go to. Grow your audience, monetization, live events, platforms. Cloud bot? Is that the one? No. Apologies, everybody. I'll tell you what, why don't I put on a video for you? And I'll try and sort this out, because it's going to drive me fucking mad. If I don't do this, it's going to actually kill me. I am confused, you're quite right. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put you on a fucking video. No, we wanted to watch that one, didn't we? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play you a fucking one of my old videos or some shit. Where's my channel? My channel. I played that yesterday, didn't I? But I'll play you this cringe compilation instead. You can watch the one before.
Google's got your Google's got your Google's got your Google's got your Google's got your
Facebook, Twitter,
Google's got your Google's got your
Amazon,
Google's got your Google's got your
Instagram, and TikTok. Why did you send it to me?
Google's got your Google.
When I speak out, and you disagree, you deplatform,
got your Google.
ban and fact check me.
Google.
I hooked on my freedom. You say I don't need them. I say live free or die.
Every election going forward in history, if these things would have happened, these two, and we would have never known. Every single vote you would have ever made.
This guy's fucking
wouldn't have
mental.
mattered. Somebody else would have made that vote. And we've all seen in this past month, you think it was the communists coming in and taking this over with people here. This is an attack not only on those other countries, with communism, but they had domestic traitors right here in our country. Whatever's going on right now, we're seeing it. They're suppressing cancel culture.
There we go. There we go. And then I gotta do one more thing. I always do this. I just love this guy so much. Yeah, he is. He's fantastic. This guy right here is great. Standing up in there in the mucky swamp. Diane always has him in the mucky swamp. Yeah. Mucky swamp. Diane always has him in the mucky swamp. Yeah.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst,
Yay, I found the bastard. Fuck me.
Fails while daring greatly.
Oh.
His place shall never be with those cold and timid souls.
Actually kill
Neither
me.
know victory nor defeat.
Fuck off. That was annoying. Jesus Christ. Hello, Lace. What's the problem? Hang on, no. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry, everyone. I'm done. I found the thing. Why am I looking so orange? I tell you why I'm looking so orange. Because I'm Donald Trump's son. No, that's only a joke. I put a new light bulb in, and it's like a fucking tanning salon colour or something. It's fucking horrible. So that lamp, like, accentuates that rather than it being the same colour and it looks normal. So, whatever. I mean, maybe I'll get like a thing. Look, if I do that, it's not so bad. So I'll get like maybe if I put something in the way. Yeah. What do you got? Would that work? They just look shadowy. No, that's rubbish. I'll just have to be orange for tonight. Fuck it. Anyway, so we've got messages or some shit. Fuck me. Where are we? Someone followed, didn't they? NPC HCA followed. Thank you very much. Sophia Christina Botha says, "You've destroyed infrared, you Anglo-Saxon imperialist, but you've yet destroyed me, lol." Well, thank you. Lace Agar followed. Weren't you already following? Did you unfollow and then follow? I don't know. And I'm Laughing to Death has followed as well on the Twitches. Go and follow me on Twitch. The pricks got back to me whilst we were live. Okay. So, he's just a minute ago said, "You sound scared." I am scared, Infrared. I'm scared of you. I'm so scared of you, I've just shit my pants. My pants are now full of liquid shit. Fucking idiot. Anyway, yes, the other thing I wanted to show you. One of his fanboys got in touch via Twitch DM, right? Now, I usually don't check my Twitch DM, so if you want to contact me, by the way, don't bother doing it via this method, because I don't really check them. But this person sent so many messages that I get like an email or some nonsense. Anyway, this person, for no fucking reason, contacts me. They're all fucking caps lock apart from like one bit there. Anyway, says, I think that's supposed to be your, but it says O-U-R-E, so it could be U-R-E. Cancer. The only cancer worse than you are Destiny, Vosh, and Logan Paul. What's he got against Logan Paul particularly? Like, Logan Paul's a dick, but that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Maybe he's just got a thing with people called Logan. Maybe there's a Logan issue he has. This anti-Logan bigotry will not stand. Hello, PZ. PZ, sorry, my bad. That then says, fucking libtard. Right, this is all the same time, right? 10:30, so I think I was still going at that point. Yeah, then says, Vosh got nuked, which is ironic, given his past on Twitch, and then sends me the link to the video that we already watched. Xander Pig got schooled. Xander Pig does whatever a Xander Pig does. Anyway, and the thing which I already watched, but not on stream. Guerrilla Gang, high energy chat, Vosh and Zan getting destroyed, in every way, shape, ad form, infrared cannot be stopped. Well, he is rising. But you know what they say about things that rise? Sometimes they fall. Bread tube buttered, then eaten by a gorilla with a capital C. What's the capital C on? Like literally, what is buttered and eaten by a gorilla with a capital C? A capital cunt? Is that what you mean? Because I don't know that that's what you mean to say particularly. Only thing more of a steamroller than the Vosh quote-unquote debate. At least Neanderthal lay down and played dead at the end. Vosh ran like a wuss. So we're talking... This is some fucking high-level ideas. High level. This kind of stuff puts Dave Rubin to shame. Sophia comes back with infrared has fanboys, LMFAO. True. Yeah, I think there are just a small cabal of losers. Like this guy's Andrew Richardson 92, who I had no idea who this person is. And I assume they're probably either 18 or 19 and were born in 92. Or the intriguing possibility that this person is 92 years old. That would be amazing. For some reason, brings my mum into it. Because, you know, high level. Your mum is a dipshit. Well, I mean, there's no need to be rude about it. She's not the smartest, that is true. I you know, I don't know how you know her, but there's no need to be rude about it, okay? Also, she can spell unlike you, so she's got that. You should have been aborted. True. Stop stealing my oxygen. There's plenty to go round. It's fine. I've only got small lungs. It's fine. You radlib moron. England should be nuked, you Anglo-cancer fat ass. Can I get some N for nuked in the chat, please, people? Let's get some N's going. Although, I shouldn't be talking about N's with these people because they're liable to use that other N word, aren't they? Crazy days. It continues. I don't know why, but he does. Trump is not fascist. You Anglos are the dumbest moron on earth. Well, thank you, Andrew. With a name like Andrew Richardson, you sound very not Anglo yourself. UK and US are the most fucked up place. They're one place. The UK and the US are one place now. The Atlantic Ocean doesn't believe... I think we've got an Atlantic Ocean truther, is what we've got going on here. He saw the flat earth theory and thought, I can up it for stupid. Nailed it. Tankies would demolish you prick. Would what? They'd demolish my prick? I mean, if they want to give it a go, it's there to ride. Go for it. You sugar-addicted loser. How does he know? How does he know I'm a sugar-addicted loser? How could he tell? You cock. You can sense a theme. Like, give them their due. Don't say Jew, they don't like Jews. Give them their credit. They've got like 4 main pieces of nonsense. They've got 4 insults that they know, and they're just going to reuse them, you know? You're going to be R-worded like a moron because you're crying inside. How does he know I'm crying inside? It's crazy. He's like a mind reader, this lad. No, he didn't give $200, dipshit. Well, thank you. Then you'll notice, right, so that's on Wednesday at 10:30. He then comes back, then leaves it for a little bit, comes back at 11:30, starts going again. I'm laughing to death. The top heavy Jews bit is on my Twitter feed. It's linked below on the YouTube. It says, fucking libtard. Cry moronic dumbass. This is like fucking nonsense poetry. This is just gibberish. Lick more Vosh after you gore submitted to him like a fucking pussy. Have I ever gore submitted to Vosh? I mean, I do sleep, I do sleep kink. Like sleepwalking, but doing kinky stuff in your sleep. So maybe I did gore submit to Vosh in my sleep, I don't know. My ass was very sore the other day. I thought it was because of the diarrhea, but apparently Vosh has been inside me. Who knows? You're a bitch, dickhead. Again, the lack of punctuation's not helping you here, my friend. You dumb fuck. I think that's supposed to be your dumb fuck, isn't it, I think? Who laughed like a bitch. USSR doesn't exist anymore, moron. Have I ever, and please tell me if I have I ever said that the USSR does still exist? Have I ever said that? I hope not, because that would be silly. You're R-worded cunt. And then, interestingly, our mum is fascist cockprick. Our mum is fascist cockprick. Now, I know that's a typo, but the words he said there are, our mum are fascist cockprick. Which is delicious. I don't know what it means, but it's a fantastic thing. You've admitted that your mum, apparently, is a fascist cockprick. Good for her, I suppose. Then leaves it overnight, as you do. Oh no, so leaves it for about another half an hour, I should say. Then comes back, you English cock, you're a prick dipshit sack of shit cancer. You charmer. Hang yourself, fascists would already smashed your shithead. The thing is, they're calling themselves Andrew Richardson, so I'm assuming English is a language they speak, but they don't seem to write it very well, so maybe this is an English-sounding nom de guerre that they've got, whatever. Your mum is a bitch. That's not nice. She's not a bitch. She is stupid, though. We mentioned that earlier, right? Okay, good. You low-life scumbag. Degenerate cancer. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You have touched me in ways that only certain people have ever touched me. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. But please, feel free to go and use barbed wire as an anal dildo on yourself. So that was my new best friend, Andrew. I suggest we're going to have a long friendship, he and I. By which I mean, as soon as this ends, I'm blocking the cunt, obviously. He's cancer. Anyway. Yes. So, where were we? We've done all that. I sound scared. What shall I write back to infrared? I tell you what, fuck it. Streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. The first person to type a thing and send me some money, I'll type whatever the fuck you want back to infrared. Literally anything. I don't care. I will write absurd, disgusting things to this man because he's fucking trash. Yeah. I'll write back anything you want because I am scared, you understand? I'm scared of this man's raw sexual energy. So, yeah. Whatevs. How are we all in the chat, by the way? Because I was having fun watching that, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. My mum is fascist cockprick. Well, I'm glad to hear that, my brat. Good. Why is it not showing all the live actions? No. What's it doing? It's not showing all of the things. Oh, that's very annoying. Oh, so I have to check 2 lots of lists. Oh, my life is hell. Thank you to Kathy61 for subscribing with Prime over on Twitch, which, by the way, you can do. Go and follow me on Twitch. You can also subscribe to me, which will cost you, I think Tier 1 is like $5 or something. Unless you've got an Amazon Prime, you link it to your Twitch for nothing, and you get 1 free subscription every month, which you can give to me. You can redistribute Jeff Bezos's quadrillions into my pocket if you want to. Thank you to Twigger3053 for following on Twitch as well. What's this? That's Lace again. No. Yeah. What are we doing? How are we all in the chat? There we are on the screen. Good. Oh yeah, someone wanted to watch this, didn't they? Oh, those Haruka sent me this. Was absolutely insistent that we watch the Mars rover descent onto Mars, which, don't get me wrong, is cool and everything, but they seem very, very I don't know, insistent or whatever. But anyway, let's have a look.
We are starting the straighten up and fly right maneuver, where the spacecraft will jettison the entry balance masses in preparation for parachute deploy and to roll over to give the radar a better look at the ground.
Indicate chute deploy.
The navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed, and we are seeing significant deceleration in the velocity. Our current velocity is 440 meters per second at an altitude of about 12 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
Oh, wow.
Shield set.
I tell you what, the special effects have gotten better since Stanley Kubrick did that moon landing thing. Now look at that. That's proper, isn't it? That's good. I like that. That's a joke, by the way.
To subsonic speeds, and the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the radar and the cameras to get their first look at the surface. Current velocity is 145 meters per second at an altitude of about 9.5 kilometers above the surface.
See, that is stunning and impressive, but that could be anywhere. I've no look. That just looks like the surface, the close-up surface of like a chocolate mousse or something.
Nav filter converge. Velocity solution 3.3 meters per second. Altitude 7.4 kilometers.
Now has radar lock on the ground. Current velocity is about 100 meters per second. 6.6
100 meters per second.
Perseverance is continuing to descend on the parachute. We are coming up on the initialization of terrain relative navigation and subsequently the priming of the landing engines. Our current velocity is about 90 meters per second at an altitude of 4.2 kilometers.
OVS valid.
See, I don't even know what to make of this, because that's amazing, because that's obviously like some fucking weird-ass valley thing on a foreign planet. That's incredible, right? But I don't know what to make of it. Like, it's so odd, or so, like, well, not odd, because, I mean, like I said, that could be a dry riverbed on Earth or something, right? It'd be a bit weird, maybe some desert situation, but, like, I don't even know, like, I find this kind of science so mind-blowing when thinking about, like, the universe and shit, that I try not to because it hurts my fucking head. Like, politics I can deal with because it's scumbags being scumbags. It makes sense. It's a lake bed. There we go. Scumbags being scumbags, like, I understand. But I don't get this. This is too big for me. My tiny brain gets fried by it. But anyway.
Solution and part of terrain.
Oh, turn the resolution up. Yeah, I can do that. Sorry. Whoa! I don't even know what the fuck that is. Will it even let me stream that clear?
Navigation.
Priming.
Oh wow! Look at that. Fuck me.
We have priming of the landing engines.
Look at that. You can literally see the fucking what was water, obviously. Ripple effect. Not ripple effect, but like the sediment. Sediment is the word I'm looking for.
Back shell set.
Current velocity is 83 meters per second at about 2.6 kilometers.
Shit, is that like mountains or some shit as well?
We have confirmation that the back shell has separated.
Fuck.
We are currently performing the divert maneuver. Current velocity is about 75 meters per second at an altitude of about 1 kilometer off the surface of Mars.
Look, that's the surface of fucking Mars, man. Oh, that's dope.
Completed our terrain relative navigation. Current speed is about 30 meters per second, altitude of about 300 meters.
When do the little green fuckers make an appearance?
We have started our constant
Are they just going to face plant into
accordion, which
Mars?
means we are conducting the sky crane, about to conduct the sky crane maneuver. Sky crane maneuver has started, about 20 meters off the surface.
If it is a viral ad for Coca-Cola or something, I'm going to be really annoyed.
Tango Delta.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
Dope. That's amazing. Yeah, that's intense, man. Did anyone get in touch with me yet? You didn't. You've had the opportunity, people. Streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. I will type anything to infrared for you on your behalf. I will do that. I will get my fucking Twitter account nuked. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, what's going on in the chat? Oh, is infrared actually in? Is he? I don't see him. Also, are we sure it's him? I don't know. Well, if he is in, if he's, you're obviously watching, you fucking weirdo. You've got my my terms and conditions. Okay, look at them. $10. $10. Don't fuck around. Okay. Those are your odds. I'm getting something out of this, regardless. Okay. Because I am an Anglo-Saxon, so you know. It keeps yipping away. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, whatever that is, we'll get back to him at some point, I'm sure. Yeah. So we were gonna watch some Pim Tool shite, right? Hang on a second. What am I doing? Apologies, everybody. Yeah. I don't know if the noise is going to go off for those Streamlabs things, or if you subscribe or whatever today, because for some reason it doesn't seem to have linked to the OBS. So I don't get it. I don't understand why it's disconnected that link today. That's why I had to go fucking searching the internet for my Streamlabs page. Anyway, so yeah, Timothy Paul. Anyway, we'll get back to infrared at some point, I'm sure. Where are we? Tim Paul, yeah. We wanted to go. Is it Tim Paul or was it Timcast? Wasn't it? That was the first video I wanted to have a look at. No, not Timcast IRL. Timcast. There we go.
The story.
Shut up, you cunt. Anyway, GameStop stock erupts again. People get rich off $170 high. Meanwhile, the economy is burning down. Okay. Oh, this is the one. Trump begs something or other.
I think it was.
Anyway, so we'll have a look. Trump wants back on Facebook and Instagram, appeals suspension to Facebook oversight board. Okay. But this is it's entitled "Trump begs Facebook to unban him. Elon Musk roasts fake news, but neither actually fight back." Are we going to see the slightest scintilla of criticism for the Don? Is that what's going to happen here? I don't know.
I think it was around 2018 that I made a video that said Republicans are too stupid to deal with the problem of social media censorship, and it would end badly for them. And I was correct. It's now 2.5 or so.
I just want to point out, as is always the case when young Timothy here likes to bring up social media censorship, he was actively a participant in getting an anarchist news website called It's Going Down taken offline. Taken off Patreon, I should say. Why would you pay me? Because you paid, Vosh. Look, infrared. You've got my ultimatum. $10 is my price. I am cheap whore. You know this. I'm obviously scared of you as well. So, you know, those are the conditions. Those are the conditions.
So years later, the Republicans are reeling because they have no base of support as users who do support Republicans are eroding off of these big tech platforms, and too bad. But I got to tell you something. I'm also angry with Donald Trump. Donald Trump had and still has every single opportunity to sign up for Parler, Gab, or Minds, or even BitChute.
Why would he fucking bother, you dirtbox? Why would you bother? Why would Donald Trump bother going to any of those shithouse sites? Like, seriously, why would he fucking bother, man? Like, the Twitter worked for him because there's a large audience on Twitter. Those other places are nothing. Nothing. Oh, Infrared, you're getting absolutely dominated in the chat. Oh, Gorilla Man. Gorilla Man. Oh, outrageous.
One of these, I say BitChute because it's a video platform. He could put out videos. He doesn't do it. If he did, it would cause a massive migration by many people, forcing competition on these big tech companies, shattering the oligopoly and the monopoly, not destroying.
Oligopoly? Yes. The billionaire, in theory, Donald Trump, is against oligarchy. Obviously.
It, but causing damage at the very least. And Trump will not do it. And here's today's news. Trump wants back on Facebook and Instagram. Appeal suspension to Facebook Oversight Board. I'm sorry, man. After all of these years,
Infrared got
Trump
timed out.
has not
Bitch! Sorry, I'll do it in his style. You fucking bitch, beta cock! You fucking bitch! There we go. That's better.
Not figured out to use something different? He doesn't care, or he's too stupid, to be completely honest. It was a couple of years ago, I think it was a couple of years now, maybe a year and a half ago, that I went to the White House.
Ooh, I went to the White House. That's actually quite cool. Anyway, but yeah, did he just say that Trump was possibly too stupid? Like, wowza. Yeah, this is a high energy chat. Don't bring your low energy bullshit in here, Infrared, you fucking little beta. Jesus. Didn't you know our mum is fascist prickcock? Behave yourself.
Invited to the social media summit being held by Trump and Republicans. Well, mostly the Trump administration. In that meeting, of all of these prominent individuals listening to
Thank
Trump
you to
do
Ransom
his
Ham
bit,
for
it was
following.
Funny. He's a funny guy.
Oh, that's why
Someone
it's not
asked.
going off, because I turned the fucking thing off, didn't I? When I got, oh no, hang on, that's not right. When I got, hang on a minute, what do I do now? I've lost the fucking will to live now. Yeah, I want alert box. But I'd like to configure widget. Hang on a minute. Oh, is this what I've got to do? What's my username? I'm at KFLogan1875. My password is shut the fuck up. Pardon me. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Okay. We don't... At KF Logan. Log into Twitch. I am at KF Logan 1875. Or is it just... Is there not the at? Do I not have the at? Try that then. Token? Oh, for fuck, where's my fucking mobile? It's downstairs. Oh, eat my fucking ass. You can request... Hang on. Enter the code found in your authenticator, or you can request an SMS. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, I'll request an SMS, and then I have to go downstairs to get my fucking phone. This is so annoying. I fucking hate the world, I swear to God. Right. Yeah. I'll be back in a second. Just fucking sit tight for a second. Fuck me sideways. Right. Yes, you will chat amongst your fucking selves. Oh, God. Anyway, right. So. No, that's not right. Security code. Because, yeah, breaking into my fucking Twitch is so important. 49. Come on. Authorize. I think that's worked. Hopefully. What is it doing? I don't know what it's doing now. Oh no. I'm still going, aren't I? This is still happening, right? Is the there's probably not going to be a debate happening, by the way. No, what? Fucking hell! What's it doing? I don't know what's happening now. My OBS seems to have like gone mental. Oh no, there we go. We're back. Okay. But I don't know if it's now connected. Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway. I logged in! Oh, bollocks to you. Oh, I don't know. It won't let me. So basically, it's not going to make the fucking noise, so I won't know if you've messaged me. I fucking hate the world. Why is anyone still watching this? Honest to goodness. Where are we? Thank you to Ransom Ham for following. Thank you to Dark Donzoni who gifted a month to Low2Eng. Thank you very much. And thank you to Milcotodix for following on Twitch. Please show chair when I want. Thank you. Anyway, we were watching this dickhead, weren't we? Hang on a minute. Yeah.
Will you sign up for a different platform? And Trump said, which one? It was reported that Trump did not sign up for these other platforms because of Jared Kushner. And that may be true. I'm not entirely sure, but I got to tell you, Trump at some point needs to figure out that other websites exist. At this point, I can only assume I don't think Trump is a stupid guy. I think Trump...
No, Trump is a stupid guy. Trump's a very stupid guy. Thank you to Lil Money who just subscribed on the Twitches with Prime for 3 months. We're a third of the way to a stream, baby. But you can always abort a stream, baby. Especially after birth. Actually, I was thinking about doing a joke like that on the basis of our friend old Dick Spasm over here. About how he deserved... how he's a walking advertisement for abortion. And how I think he has convinced me that abortion in the 70th trimester is probably a good idea in some cases. But there we go.
Is, what's the right word? A bit sporadic. You know, he's headstrong. But I think...
Do you want to suck his dick any harder, Tim? Come on.
Move sporadically. It's probably the best way to put it. But I don't think he's dumb. I think he's very successful because he knows how to make certain things work.
He's not very successful, Tim. He's a fail son. Thank you to Little Money with 500 bits. You can give me bits as well on the Twitch machine. Can someone try it? If you give me like $1 on the Streamlabs, I'll like give it you back just to see if it's actually working. Because I don't know what is and isn't working tonight. But thank you to Lil Money for bits. You can give me bits on Twitch. Apparently it's worth money. I don't know what it is. We got onto a hype train the other day, and I still don't know what that does.
He's also fairly powerful, and power attracts power, so that helps out too. But he's certainly listening to really dumb people, and that's a shame. And because of that, he is being led astray. Trump's voice was silenced by this censorship, and the best thing he can do is...
He was silenced. He was still the president, but he was silent. Again, have you ever heard a less silenced person than Donald Trump? Actually, I'm going to speed this cunt up as well, because he's really fucking annoying. We'll get down to 418, we'll go up to... We'll go 1.5 speed.
Ask Facebook to bring him back. Are you kidding me? Right now, I shouldn't say Facebook.
Actually, I'll go
Twitter and YouTube are
1.25.
engaging in censorship of anybody trying to talk about what was going on with the election and with January 6th. Recently.
No, not all of that. Ask Vosh. He just came into some dough. He did. 1 bit equals 1 cent for you. Oh, okay. So 500 bits is $5. Thank you for $5. That's fucking dope. Yeah. Thank you to anyone for anything, frankly. Like, I know there's been a bit more shilling and stuff, because, like, at the end of this month, thank you to Lord Fritters, by the way. I'll get to you in a second. At the end of... is it this month or next month? Shit, I need to fucking check that. Anyway, I'm going to have to make a decision as to whether to go back to work, because, like, the... what you call it? The fucking... furlough. The furlough COVID lockdown thing comes to an end. And so I either have to go back to work full time, or I can do this. And I'm sort of close to being able to do this like full time. So that's why I've been shilling a bit more. But know this, if you can't afford anything, that's absolutely fucking fine. I'm not going to be giving anyone like the fucking hard sell. I'm not some big time fuck like that, right? If you want to give me money and you can afford to do so, only if you can afford to do so, okay? That's super awesome. But just watching and being a part of it is a fucking beautiful thing. I thank you so much. The fact that anyone gives a fuck is a beautiful thing. Genuinely, I'm honoured. This is why I don't get into doing stuff being sincere with the chat, because it's a bit cringe. But... occasionally like that I have to, you know. Anyway. Oh. That's two lots. Anyway, Lord Fritters with $3, thank you very much. Says, so infrared is... if Maoism is so hot, why are there so many Chinese billionaires? Doesn't sound very tanky and based. Tony Blackway says, don't give it back. Just call infrared's fanboys lame. Infrared, your fanboys are lame. I had the same guy hit my Twitch whispers as well, but I only got 7 abuse messages. I'm hurt. Well, that's the thing. Clearly, your mum isn't a big enough, was it fascist cock prick? Whereas mine is, apparently. So, you know. Tell your mum to up her fascist prick cock game, Tony. Thank you to you both, by the way, for your things. Hang on. Did either of you actually give me... so infrared. There we go, right. So infrared, where's copy on this? Oh, eat my actual anus. Copy message, there we go. Sorry, oh, whoa, he's got back to me. We've got live correspondence with old dipshit. He says, you're a coward. I challenge you as a man. I don't pay you. You accept my challenge or accept defeat. I'm calling you out and calling your bluff. If you don't defend your manhood, look, my foreskin is absolutely defended, okay? Shush. You accept submission to has? What's has? I don't know. Anyway, I've been paid to tell you that, so... yeah, so infrared, if Maoism is so hot, why are there so many Chinese billionaires? Doesn't sound very tanky and based. Oh, pardon me. No, you've got my fucking price. $200 for Vosh. Comparatively, I am a cheap hooker, okay? Debate me about it. $10. That's the price, man. That's the price. I don't know what has means. Maybe that's his name. I don't know. Can so infrareded be an insult now? It can. Kevin Manhood is supreme. True. But yeah, we already owned you anyway, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, look, infrared. The reason I'm stipulating the $10 thing is because you're a fucking idiot, and I don't really want to talk to you. So if you give me $10, I'll have you on for a few minutes. I'll probably mute you several times and call you names. But if you're dumb enough to give me $10, you can come on. So I win either way, frankly, I don't care. I mean, I won't charge $10 for, like, normal people to come on, or whatever. Like, I'll have normal people on, like, I've had Sophia on, and obviously I'll do shows with Christy. But, yeah, dickheads like you've got to pay, okay? I don't want to waste my time for literally nothing. At least I can think, well, I did waste my time, but $10, I mean, you know, that's okay. Some people work an hour for like $7.50 in America, right? And that's fucked up. But like, say if I have you on for half an hour and I earn $10, that's $20 an hour. That's okay, you know. That's a decent rate of pay. Anyway, so yeah, you've got my debate me about it. We will debate precisely about that then. If you're civil, I'll be civil. You will only get beast mode if you mock me and are rude. This is the way of Has. What in the fuck is wrong with this guy? I genuinely, I think he might be broken. $10. Pay up or shut up. And now the wait begins. Ask for chocolates. Well, what do you think I'm going to spend the $10 on? I'm going to spend it on chocolates, obviously. You forfeit your manhood. You cannot have my foreskin. No, that doesn't work. I will not degrade myself by paying you anything. I challenge you as a man. Well, apparently I'm not a man. Apparently I'm a beta cuck prick or something. Whatever it was. Some shit like that. Oh, he's typing. He's typing. Should we just fucking wait? Should we just talk to this guy all night? Fuck him. Fuck me. He's always typing something big. I'm not paying you money. You should have been raised better. Maybe I should. But apparently my mum's really stupid, so, you know. There we go. I think maybe he might get the message. You submit to Has. Can I get some H's in chat for Has, please, people? The fuck? I need to ask him actually. What the fuck is Has? Toxic masculinity. Shall I talk to him or not? Shall I? I don't know. Like, part of me's tempted, but I know he's just going to scream because he's a fucking idiot, right? Like, I suppose it might be entertaining, but, like, I conquered your channel, your persona, your viewers, and you personally on a mental and spiritual level. Is that what Has means? Because that doesn't seem to mean anything. Isn't your mum his mum? I'm confused about the law. Me too. Every sense of something I remember, it's because I own you. Alright, so he owns me now. Oh wow, that's good. What is has? I'm the reason you're not a man and women think you are weak. My pull-out game's weak, but apart from that. Because they see I own you. Has is... Oh, that's his name. Oh, okay. Remember this, boy. You are Dogcom. See what he says. Has shit for brains. True. If he doesn't have $10, he doesn't own anything. Has is has. Out of the box. What are you talking about? I don't know. Yeah, he's like he's a 10-year-old, yeah. I think he's gone away. Oh no, he's come back. Oh no. Logan is rising. Infrared is terrified. You are conquered! Oh, I'm conquered. Gonna get some C's in chat for conquered. What the fuck? A dog may bark, but its owner is still in charge. A dog may ejaculate, but is the owner still thirsty? Is he streaming right now? Should we check? I think he's on Twitch, isn't he? I know he's on YouTube, isn't he? Sorry, my bad. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Infrared, infrared. I own your viewers. They cannot resist infrared. They prefer me to you. Do you prefer... Can we get... Even your mods will switch sides. Can I get... Well, I know who won't, because he's a cop. But other than that... can I get some people in chat? Do you think... Are you going to switch sides now? Are you going to go over to infrared? We can't be stopped. You can only have a chance if you defeat me. I don't know what he's talking about now. I'm just going to let him go for a little bit. He does just repeat the same three things. What? Who are the out of the box? What's that about? Beautiful. We'll see what else he has to say and then we'll move on. He says, when I reach 100k subs, your chance is forfeit. You have to debate one of my mods since you're forfeit to me. Dude, you're not going to get to 100k subs because you keep harassing people. You'll get kicked off. I'm screenshotting this so you remember, boy. This was your chance. Suck my dong. And we're done with infrared, I think. There we go. Okay. Enough of infrared, I think, for today. Anyway. Yes. Let's, Tim Pool. We were talking about Tim Pool, I think, at some point. Tim Pool was doing a thing.
Stephen Crowder was suspended. You may have heard this last night. He was temporarily suspended on Twitter after he put out a video where he sent people to voter addresses and found empty parking lots. I've not independently verified any of his claims, so you can go check out what he has to say about what's going on with him. I'm more focused on the censorship aspect. But we also have...
So you're just going to put it out there even though you haven't checked it. Good stuff.
Have more news pertaining to Ford Fisher. Matt Taibbi tweets, here we go again. More true raw footage shot by independent journalists removed by YouTube. Ford Fisher, a journalist, had his video from January 6th that was licensed by the New York Times taken down.
Out of the box.
He says, Ford responded to Matt Taibbi, as if they're trying to make the same talking point available every time they do this, the New York Times licensed and published from me the exact footage that YouTube says is spam, deceptive practices, and scams when I filmed it. He says...
Oh, I didn't make a noise this time. Thank you for the 100 bits from Dingo Subman, who says, we found the debate... Bro, so based in objectivity that he cannot refer to himself in the first person. True. And someone sends me this, which is a thing. Yeah, thank you to Ernst for with 100 bits who send me a thing. I don't know what it is.
Now, if you gentlemen would all like to turn to page 6, we'll take a look at the international overview. Now, I know it's common knowledge that we lost some money in the last quarter, but I feel that it's premature to blame our logo. Now...
Armstrong? Which one of you pussheads is Brent Armstrong?
The guy with the pointer.
Figures.
I'm sorry, Brent. He wouldn't wait.
Who the hell are you?
I am the Eradicator.
Okay, yeah. So that's... I think they're making the connection between infrared and whatever the fuck that was. Okay. Cool. American TV show, I think. I don't know.
The New York Times used the
but thank you for
same
bits
that YouTube removed in their piece. But YouTube removed it as spam, deceptive practices, and scams. We also have this video from the Lotus Eaters podcast, the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, which is Carl Benjamin. You may know him as...
Oh, this fucking dirtbox. Anyway, yeah, thank you to Scatterbrizzle for following me on Twitch.
Know him as Sargon of Akkad. He had this video from February 10th taken down because he referenced the Time magazine shadow campaign article. I believe...
No. Me and Christy followed this. We actually fucking did this. Oh, Canada. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, me and Christy did a video on this. Carl wasn't just referencing an article. Carl was literally saying, Cabal. The Cabal are taking them down. He was doing basic Q posting. Tim, you lying fuckhead.
That's why. The censorship on these big tech platforms is only getting worse. Many of you may know that recently I was smeared by the Poynter Institute because they tried claiming these weasel words to make it seem like I claimed the election was rigged because...
You did. Tim, you did. You lying fuckhead. You did do that.
Because I also referenced the Time magazine article. Well, other outlets have corrected the record and pointed out I didn't. I was just snarkily referencing Time magazine. But the big tech companies, Twitter specifically, locked my tweet, put a claim saying that my claim was disputed. It's literally not disputed. Even the Birdwatch users, Twitter's own platform, responding, are saying it's not misleading. So who is disputing my tweet about Time magazine? Nobody. It's a false statement of fact. These big tech companies are getting away with it. And I got to tell you, I am upset with Donald Trump specifically because if there's one person who can drop the hammer like Thor charging up in the sky and slamming it on the ground, it would be Donald Trump.
Firstly, take a drink for a Marvel movie reference. From Tim. Secondly, did he just compare Donald Trump to Thor? Fucking hell, what an absolute loser. What a joke. Literally, I mean, I've made, disparaging remarks about young Timothy and his proclivity for seeing Donald Trump as a god. And yet he's literally comparing him to a god, albeit I think he's definitely thinking of the Marvel superhero version rather than the actual Norse mythological version. So there we go.
He need only sign up for Gab and then post, I'm back, baby. And then boom, like a nuclear bomb, figuratively, people would leave many of these platforms and go straight to Gab.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, they might also go to Gab, but they wouldn't, they wouldn't actually leave. Twitter's where it's at. That's why Donald Trump was really annoyed when his Twitter got taken off. Because that's where the numbers are. Gab is nothing. Parler is nothing. BitChute is nothing.
And not only that, All of these big tech companies, all these media companies, and all of these whiny activist journalists who are obsessed with writing about Trump, they have nothing else to write about, would be forced to cover and follow him on Gab. But he doesn't do it. He just goes crawling back to Facebook and says, can I please have my platform back? You're Donald.
The tiniest bit of pushback against Trump. Oh, is Daddy not doing the thing you want him to do? It's almost him like he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about you or the fucking stupid MAGA turd movement. He doesn't care about you. Why have you not realised this yet?
Effing Trump, bro. Go on Gab already. Go on Parler. Go on Minds. Create a BitChute account and upload a video. He won't do it.
Go on MySpace. Go on Bebo. Go on DLive. Go on OnlyFans.
Makes me think he just doesn't care. Because anybody who is sufficiently concerned about being censored would simply Google search, where can I post a message? Trump could literally make his own platform right now. Do that. Get rich off it. Call it Trumpster. Do that. He won't do it.
Trumpster. Oh, God. Tim, you are the cringiest motherfucker in the world, man. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God.
He does nothing. The other day...
He does nothing.
Actually, I think I might have a tweet. Let me see if I have a tweet. Here we go. From Matthew Iglesias. Haters gonna hate, but Elon Musk should go buy some other big city newspaper and run it. Would be great for society for, quote, I own a daily newspaper, to be the new conspicuous consumption. Matthew Iglesias is referencing this snippet from...
Yeah, it'd be super awesome if all of the papers were just overtly corrupt rather than slightly hiddenly corrupt. What? Shut up.
The Washington Post. They say, Tesla did not respond to repeated requests for comment. In response to emails seeking comment, Musk replied only, quote, give my regards to your puppet master. It's hilarious. Haha, bravo, Elon Musk. I'm a fan of Elon Musk. I think he's rad. I think Tesla's awesome. SpaceX is awesome.
He's one of the most financially corrupt people in the world. He's not a genius. He pays people who are geniuses to do amazing things. That is it. Elon Musk is one of the most fake human beings ever. Fuck him.
But how are you going to be the second richest guy on the planet and you don't just put $1 million into a news outlet to start producing and countering the fake news?
Because it's a dying medium. Newspapers are dying. No, they're moving online and many of them will survive in that form. But they're not going to be able to make much money that way. Paywalls are very, very unpopular. And the advertising, because of the numbers, isn't great. They're going to have to find some sort of new business model. And Elon Musk is not in the business of like trying to revive news media, I don't think. That's not his bag. Jagundi Bollocks says, what else would Trump call his site other than the greatest social media site there ever was? Indeed. Bit of a mouthful, but yeah. Basically, he would. Yeah. Well, no, he'd either do that or he'd just call it Trump, because he puts Trump on everything. Even on buildings that get demolished, as we saw during the week.
How are you going to sit back and not put $5 million into a decentralized social network platform or open source software? Why is it incumbent upon us to have to keep having these conversations? Why is it...
Decentralized. Tim, what do you think Elon Musk is? Decentralized. As you said, he's the second richest man on Earth. He didn't get that way by decentralizing shit. Fuck me.
It be falling upon me, some dude who complains on the internet, to be thinking about and focusing on these problems. Now, mind you, let me tell you something. I'm actually in conversations with developers about what we can do to create decentralized, open source social networking software. You'll have your own website, but they'll all link with each other, so this will create a pseudo Twitter.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't covered it, but I've been following the thing in Australia where the quote-unquote Liberal Party, which is the Conservative Party in Australia, because everything's weird in Australia, have done their Murdoch dick suckery in passing legislation which forces Facebook and Twitter to pay for like content from news sources, and so like for a certain amount of time, I don't know if it's still going in Australia, Facebook users weren't allowed to like share stuff from News International. Like they just weren't allowed to share the stories and stuff, and you think, that's fucking mental. That's very mental and bad. You are all upside down. Although, again, with the universe thing, it blew my fucking mind. I was about 12, right? I'd just gone to like high school or some shit, and they were explaining about the teacher asked in passing, or just mentioned in passing, that the up and down don't really make any sense in terms of the universe. And I remember asking, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? And they were like, well, if you think about it in this grand way, like it's not, there is no upside down. Like the northern hemisphere is called that because we just called it that. You could easily flip the globe the other way round and it would still just work. Like it's not, there's no upside down here. It's just you're being attracted to the centre of the earth, and up and down don't make any fucking sense. And I remember thinking about that for about a week, and it rotted my brain. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It messed with me. That's why I avoid cosmology, people, because it fucks my brain up. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, oh, I used to think, oh, the Australians are upside down. But obviously they're not. Of course they're fucking not. I mean, spiritually they are, but physically it's a globe. Technically everyone's upside down and not upside down, because that's like not a thing. Well, yeah, not to understand it, it'd never been mentioned to me before. It wasn't that I couldn't have understood it before then, it's just they didn't do a lot of cosmology at junior school in Britain. And I didn't really need to know it. Like, that's not information you need to know, particularly. Like, it's interesting, but it's not something that's really going to help you a great deal, I suppose. So they don't need to teach it to you. And like I say, they weren't even really trying to teach that. It was mentioned in passing by a slightly wacky old science teacher who's possibly dead now. She was quite old. She looked a little bit like... Do you know in the show Futurama, there's a bit part character who is like a rooster who's a lawyer who speaks in like a really southern accent, southern like United States accent. She looked like him, basically, which is mental. But anyway. And yes, it's an oblate spheroid, not a globe, I know, shush.
It's not one platform, it's just when someone posts, it appears somewhere on everyone else's website so you can see the feed and you can follow people. That's the kind of idea I'm working on. Because then it's a database. Nobody can be banned from it. Maybe, you know what, put it on the blockchain, I don't know. I kind of don't like that idea because you should be able to delete past posts you don't like. Here's my point with...
Why is Tim particularly interested in deleting old posts? I wonder, Seth Rich conspiracy.
All of this. Matthew Iglesias goes on to say, if you're like a single billionaire, you might need to economize with a small paper. But Musk has Chicago...
Thank you, Shuffle Kitty the cat. I'll just show you. Right. Futurama chicken lawyer or something? Yeah, this motherfucker. Him. She looked like him. Is the basic point I'm saying. It doesn't really matter. Like I say, she's possibly dead now. She'd be well into her 70s, maybe 80s. But, yeah. That character. What's that character called? Hyper Chicken? It's called Hyper Chicken. Really? Yeah. The Hyper Chicken is a lawyer in the employ of the dupe. As the surveillance camera for the bank, what all the judge was adjuring about, could you all tell us what you've done seen the day of the crime? Yeah. Anyway, that's a side track we don't need to go down.
Percent of the work can be good journalism to build an audience. Then 10% can be used to puff your ego and or torment your enemies. I don't like that.
No, she wasn't blue, but she looked a bit like a weird chicken, is the basic point I'm saying. And Futurama was a new show at the time. And I remember watching it thinking, yeah, she looks like him.
But let me just ask y'all something. Donald Trump is a billionaire. I think his net worth is like, was it 3.2 or 2.3 billion?
Well, great journalism there. Just put some numbers together. 3.2 or 2.3 or 37 or 9 or 401. Absolute nonsense. Anyway, yes. So I had the teacher that looked like Hypnotoad. Really? Are we just doing Futurama-based reminiscences now about school teachers? I don't know. Anyway, the point being, Donald Trump almost certainly isn't a what do you call it, billionaire, because he either that or he's like really cheating on his taxes. Like, there's massaging things for tax reasons, and then there's just outright fraud. We'll see, I suppose, because apparently his taxes got handed over to the person who jigged the prosecutor in the case in the Southern District of New York. It'd be a shame if that information got leaked, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely terrible if Donald Trump's tax receipts got leaked. Especially because, I mean, it would be a shame, but it would only be justice, I suppose, just on the basis that, you know, he said he was going to release it in both of the times he ran for president. Well, he ran before, but in 2016 and 2020, he said he would release his taxes, right? So it would just, I think it would just be fair if those documents got released, you know? Anyway.
It went down quite a bit. It was like 7 before.
Oh, hang on. It was like 7 before. No, it wasn't. Dark Donzoni, thank you for gifting a sub to 255 AD. Thank you very much. Very generous. You're a very generous chap, /chapette, /non-binary person. I have no idea what your gender is. Catch up, chat, you fucking idiot. Someone sent me a thing. There we go. What we got here?
On the rise in the U.S., with nearly a third of adults considered obese.
And yet, if you look around, it seems like cucumber is everywhere. In our salads, on our sandwiches, even in our water. So if cucumber is widely available, why are people still fat? Now, this could be explained away easily if cucumber tasted bad. But here's the thing. Cucumber actually tastes good. Given everything we know, shouldn't our graph look like this? That's better. Okay, so could the problem be that people are just eating too little cucumber and too much other food? If so, the solution is simple. People should simply eat more cucumber and less of things that are not cucumber.
Shut up, Onion.
So if cucumber is widely available, why are people...
Oh, I'm in an infinite loop of cucumber. Kevin Logan, 2021. Anyway, thank you for sending that. It was shit, but I appreciate it nonetheless. It got us away from Tim for a second.
Before he became president, and now he's facing serious setbacks. I gotta mention, too, I think Mike Lindell is also a millionaire. Come on. Elon, how much money do you really need?
Yeah, but look, come on. Mike Lindell's about to be not a millionaire. Like, really not a millionaire at all. Because they're suing him for $1.3 billion. And even if they get like a quarter of that, he's wiped out. So, checkmate. You think Carl is good at math donated $1.02, a very odd number. Who do you think loves their kids more, Trump or Carl gone? Probably Carl. Because, I mean, I don't know how much he loves his kids, but he probably loves them some amount, which is more than Trump, who doesn't. To be honest with you, if you asked him on any given day what his children were called, he could probably rename 2 of them. That's on a good day, I think.
To combat the lies from the media, to combat the manipulation from these big tech platforms. Now, I get it. Going up against big tech, that's expensive. That's where Donald Trump can come in. He could snap his fingers and sign up for Gab or Parler or Minds or whatever, and boom. I say Gab because they're building...
Does he think Trump is magic?
They'll probably need an investment if Trump did sign up because the influx of users will probably crash their servers.
He genuinely thinks Trump is magic. Okay. Yeah, Christy did go on with Prime Chaos. I don't know when, at what point, but she did, apparently. Anyway.
Why won't Trump do it? Why won't Trump do it?
I didn't, because I fell asleep.
Why won't Elon Musk? Why won't Peter Thiel? I am sick and tired of hearing about these people like Elon, like Peter Thiel, like Donald Trump, who have more power than 99.9% of the people on this planet who are not solving these problems. It's like they don't really care about it.
Is he about to have a breakthrough? Is he actually about to have a breakthrough? Is he about to realise that Trump doesn't care about him? That Trump doesn't give 2 fucks? Seriously, we might be on a moment of actual clarity from Timothy here. It might be about to happen, people. Oh, amazing. TikTok filter turns dog into a Disney character. Okay, we'll save that for a... We'll do a cleanse in a second.
I do. That's why I keep talking about this decentralized open source software.
Yeah, but you keep talking about decentralized blah, 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 but the billionaires don't. If they're not making money out of it, they don't fucking care. If they cared about decentralizing, they wouldn't be billionaires, would they, Tim?
It's why I've advocated for open source, public, decentralized social networks. It's why over the past several years I've repeatedly praised the Fediverse. Now let me tell you something. I don't have the power of Elon Musk. I don't have the wealth of these...
What the fuck is the Fediverse? Is that a thing? Does anyone know what he means, the Fediverse? Do I have to Google that? Please say I don't have to Google the Fediverse. It sounds dumb. And if Tim likes it, it's probably absolutely awful. Riddled with Nazis or something, but... Do we know? Does anyone know? Anyone? Is anyone in the temperature? Sorry. Fediverse is a Mastodon thing. I don't know what that means. Fuck me, I am old. I think I'm very old. Fediverse is an ensemble of federated or interconnected servers that are used for web publish. Oh, my brain melted. Fuck it.
Individuals to snap my
I don't
fingers and make
fucking
this stuff
care.
happen. They do. Okay, fine. Then they won't do it, but I'll tell you what, I will. Because I'll have to do it. Because no one else will, right? It's frustrating to see Donald Trump once again begging Facebook to be back on their platform after all the abuse they've sent his way.
Tim, call him a cock. Call him a cock, Tim. You know you want to.
After the flagging he got from Twitter, where they called him a liar, a manipulator, and these
He
flags
is.
complete BS.
The flag's a bit. There we go. No, I thought he was going to have a breakthrough on Trump, but no, he didn't.
Pushed on by a crony media. Bro, Elon, I am begging you, dude.
Pushed on him by a crony media. So the fact that he was lying and saying he won, Tim, that's just a lie made up by the media, is it? Somehow?
You got a couple $1 million lying around. I bet you do. Just be like, yo, who wants to start a news company? There are a lot of good journalists who are out of work. Why? Because they don't produce rage bait trash. It's not an easy thing to find these people. Don't get me wrong. You've got to message. You've got to vet a lot of these people. Make sure they're good journalists. And I've fallen victim to this stuff, same as anybody else. Absolutely. So it is tough. But I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep doing what I have to do. What we're doing right here, this conversation on YouTube, this stuff I'm talking about, this is just like it's just something I started doing. And as more and more people sign up for timcast.com, and we have a ton of members who are getting exclusive podcasts and conversations, my thought isn't...
How shit do you reckon his paywall stuff is? If this is the stuff he's putting up front, his paywall stuff must be fucking atrocious. I bet you.
Which infinity pool am I going to install? I don't want an infinity pool. I don't want a flying car. What I want...
His entire shtick is, like... weird superhero stuff. I don't want an infinity pool. I don't want Thor's hammer. I don't want a flying car. I don't want an invisible... No, what was it? Invisible lasso? Or whatever it was. I don't know. Thank you, Anonymously Artistic, for following on Twitch.
Is functioning, honest news. I want a news website that tells the truth. I want social media that allows for legitimate conversations to occur, but more importantly, can't be shut down at any point, anywhere.
Tim got an anarchist news website shut down because he's a hypocrite. Fuck you, Tim.
That's why blockchain technology might be the most
Thank you,
important.
96 Hudson, for following.
Node-style social media is so
Node.
important. With all due respect to Minds, to Parler, to Gab, they still have weaknesses. And Gab, however, I believe, is on the Fediverse, which means whatever we end up making, we can link into the Fediverse. For those that aren't familiar, it's almost like reverse. It's like RSS. It's basically, you can follow someone at, I think that's how it works. Maybe there's someone like.
See, when he's saying Fediverse, I'm thinking either Kevin Federline or Roger Federer. And if he's got if the Fediverse has that silky backhand of Roger Federer, I'm gonna have to be all over that shit. And thank you to Anonymously Artistic for subscribing. They just followed and subscribed instantly. That is dedication / potentially a waste of money. They don't necessarily know what I'm about. Or maybe they've been watching, because you don't have to be following, do you? I appreciate you greatly, don't get me wrong, but you may have wasted your money there. I don't know. I'm not very good at self-promotion, am I? Go to timcast.net /Fediverse and suck my cock.
John@gab.com. So you go into your app, which is the Fediverse, and type in you want to follow this guy, John@gab.com, and then you'll see all their posts. There are some limitations, but that means that you can't ban the network. There's no point at which you can ban an app. Gab tried putting an app on the Play Store and they banned it, but it didn't matter because it was a clone of the Fediverse app. There's tons of them. That's the smart way to get things done. So here's what's going to happen. You're a member at timcast.com. You're watching our exclusive podcasts. Your membership, I'll tell you what it's going towards. For one, it's helping to run what we do. But I am heavily focused now. I'm having the conversations around several new technologies to deal with this. We want to create our own super chat system that, I'll tell you the basis of it, okay? You like YouTube, you like super chat, that's fine. You like Twitter, that's fine. Facebook, great. You like uploading videos, great. Here's what we want to do. We want to create an open source code that you can drop onto your website that does these things that you control. Then no one can ban you. Now, sure, your server hosting company might ban you, fine.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what happened to Parler, wasn't it? So, like, again, that doesn't get you around that problem, does it?
So we're doing our best, but it needs to be done. I'm tired of, with all due respect to Elon Musk, because I am a fan, bro, he's not going to just do something?
Bro. He's literally calling him bro. Like, Tim, you're a big enough person on the internet that you really don't need to be doing the parasocial thing. Like, Elon Musk is bigger than you, clearly, right? He's obviously far richer than you. But you don't need to be like, bro, seriously, dude, bro, dude, bro. Anyway, so invest some of your squillions of dollars in this Fediverse. It's awesome. It's got a really, really silky backhand. Oh, no, that's Roger Federer again. Sorry.
So I turn to you guys. Why is it that we're not seeing Trump? I legitimately ask this. Why won't he just get on any one of these platforms? Why don't any of these ultra-wealthy individuals do it?
Because they don't care about it. They don't care about it. They don't care about you fucking dipshit. He was so close. He was so close to getting it, people. I was rooting for him. And then he went and sucked his own dick again. Fuck me.
I suppose the Mercers are doing it, the billionaires who are funding apps like Parler, so, it's not like nobody's doing anything. And they get...
I thought you were against, the oligarchs, Tim. But now you're saying, well, the Mercers, who are oligarchs, who are trying to, run the world and shit, they're doing stuff, so that's awesome. That's cool. That's cool. But, when George Soros puts way less money into things, that means he's a sneaky, top-heavy Jew who wants to make the rocking world go round. That's how that works, apparently.
Smeared heavily, but so what? If Parler works, it works, and Parler is back. A lot of people are complaining about it now. I don't care. They're like, Parler is Parler got banned, they come back, they got rid of their CEO, and now they're saying, oh, Parler is bad, and they're caving in. I don't care, dude. I look, complain about it, that's fine. I want alternatives. I want platforms that are not going to be Twitter and YouTube.
You've been, well, bless you. The person who followed and then subscribed, you've been watching for months. Much love. Well, thank you enormously. But I don't get that. Look, maybe it is me. Maybe I'm weird. I think I probably am. But if I watch someone and I like them, I follow their shit. I give them a little click. And this person now has. So they are absolved of their original sin of not following me on Twitch, twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. They are absolved of that sin. But they were wallowing in that sin for quite some time, it would appear. So, yeah, maybe on YouTube. But if they've been watching on YouTube, they've seen me say several times, go over and follow me on twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. And they've only now done it. Now, they are absolved, like I say. But think about it this way, people. You don't want to run out into the road and get run over tomorrow having not followed me on Twitch, because then you will go to hell. So, rather than thinking about a deathbed conversion following me on twitch.tv/KFLogan1875, go and do it now. It's free. You can do it for free. And then you can also give me not Elon Musk's money. I don't know how that would work. Jeff Bezos' money with the Amazon Prime thing. Or give me your money, whatever, I don't fucking care. Not everyone does use Twitch, but they should, because I'm on it now. You're not seeing it from my perspective, are you? I am the only person in the world that matters. So, come on now, people. Come on. Anyway.
So I'm building my own...
I'm kind of zoned out from Tim. I don't even know what he's saying anymore. Doesn't really matter, but,
Website. Why? I think that's the solution. I think y'all should have your own websites. And I think then what we do is we decentralize everything. Instead, we get this. Trump's not only appealing to Facebook, but he's appealing to their oversight board, which grants them legitimacy. Here's the story. I should have read it, but you got me on a rant. The Facebook Oversight Board,
You
will
got
decide
me
whether
on a
Trump's
rant.
indefinite suspension should be lifted, received an appeal on behalf of the former president arguing for his Facebook and Instagram accounts to be restored. Quote, we can confirm that a user statement has been received in the case before the Oversight Board concerning Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts. The spokesperson declined to comment further. They say the Oversight Board has received about 9,000 comments from the public on the hotly contested question of whether to allow Trump access to his Facebook and Instagram accounts. Facebook announced in January that it asked the Oversight Board to review its decision to suspend Trump on January 7th, the day after a group of the president's supporters stormed the Capitol. Trump's accounts on Facebook and Instagram remain suspended pending the decision. Trump's appeal was first reported by Channel 4 News in the UK. The Trump ban is the most consequential case yet for the Oversight Board, carrying far-reaching political implications for the nation. Facebook's Oversight Board launched last year, blah, blah, blah. My friends,
He can't even be bothered. He can't even be bothered reading the thing.
the right, they have no organizational strength. Oh, okay, they have some. Let me show you this story from Recode, from just yesterday evening. Inside the new $65 million push from progressives to compete with conservative media. It's called the Project for Good Information, and it raises big questions about the future of the information wars. What do we have on conservative media? What do we got? We got Daily Wire. They do really well on Facebook, for sure. What does the left have? I don't know, like the entire mainstream media apparatus. Now,
oh, fucking hell, Tim. Even for you, that's a reach. Conservative media has way more money. The amount of dark money being pissed into the likes of the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and Abby Shapiro, well, Milo isn't around anymore, but the Stephen Crowder and the likes, they've got absurd amounts of money. The left, so what, CNN is the left, is it? Like, Tim, you are such a fucking bullshitter. Everything about you is just awful. He really is. I'm trying to find the times during the 2 times a day where he's right. The stop clock is right, but he's not got it. He can't do it. He defies an adage. That's no way to live one's life.
Progressives will be like, that's not the real left, Tim. Sure, but they're the institutional left, okay?
Sure, they're not the actual left, but if I just add another word to it, which doesn't really mean anything, then I win. Fucking Christ.
And often these progressives line up giddily behind them to give in to whatever they want. Voting for Joe Biden, then complaining that the migrant camps are back for kids. Well, Trump shut those down. Congratulations. You voted for the guy who brought them back.
Trump didn't shut them down. What are you talking about? Trump didn't shut them down. He just called them a different thing. You're a fucking... what a liar. No, don't get me wrong. It's disgusting that Joe Biden's doing that. He's a fucking scumbag who went back on his word. But Trump didn't do that, Tim. You're just lying and sucking his dick as always. Fucking hell.
Back. Bravo. Progressives are putting $65 million into competing with conservative media. And we can't get any one of these individuals who wants to complain about the fake news and censorship to put in $65 million to push back. Okay, I know, Parler, I guess. Gab, they're working on it. The issue is, Elon, bro, sign up for a different social media platform.
Elon bro, dude, brosif, brosicle, brolicious. He's not your fucking friend, you dickhead. Thank you to Decades10 for following on Twitch. And Giganti Bollocks says, Tim is a digital clock. He's not correct twice a day. He's just blank and useless. True.
They would be forced to cover it. Now, I know. All of you are saying, bro, Tim, you got millions of followers. You got 800,000 or whatever on Twitter and several million on YouTube. Why aren't you doing it? I auto-sync my content from YouTube to these other platforms. And to be completely honest, we are...
He is War Corpse's missing clock. True.
Trust me when I say I'm in the process. As for Twitter, I'll say, actually, you know what? You're right. Which is why I no longer say Twitter directly on the IRL podcast. When I say follow me on either Parler, Minds, or other social media. And I do use Twitter, and I do tweet. The issue here is, you're right.
Because you know that's where the numbers are.
The challenge for me, though, the media doesn't care what I have to say. I don't have tweets of consequence. Elon Musk does. Donald Trump especially. The one person who has Mjolnir, the hammer, they can slam into the ground is Donald.
Oh, fuck's sake, he's still... Again, take another drink. He's another fucking Marvel.
Donald Trump. Make it easier for everybody, Trump. And just go over to Parler or Gab and say, hey, I'm here. Just do that. And then you know what? We can start using it more.
Why would he bother? He's had years to do that, and he hasn't. Brosif Stalin. Nice. I wish Elon Musk had a cool moustache. Like, Stalin, don't get me wrong, evil man, awesome moustache. So at least when you look at a picture of him, you're like, that is a nice tash. Whereas Elon Musk is just a prick. He's just like an apartheid prick, so... He's just like a kind of wannabe slave driver dude who, like, wanted his employees to get COVID and stuff because he's trash. And he doesn't even have a cool mustache. So...
I've posted a little bit to Parler. I'm trying to post more. I auto-sync my content on a ton of other platforms outside of YouTube. So it's not so much that I'm focused on YouTube as a platform. No, I'm focused on all of the different outlets. So my video...
Yeah, no, not all Josephs, obviously. Some Josephs are just fucking cups.
Videos sync on BitChute, on Minds, and on Odyssey, which is basically library. And a ton of people watch me on those platforms as well. And the IRL podcast bonus segments, or members-only segments, appear on timcast.com. And you can go to timcast.com to watch the latest podcast episodes. We are trying to build this. And let me just stress, had I $1 billion, this would be a lot easier. I would snap my fingers and say, we're just going to do it. Ideally, we want to exist on all platforms. I'm not advocating for the end of Twitter. I'm advocating for competition so that there are other platforms. And what will happen is Twitter will be forced to stop the mass censorship and the false statements and defaming people.
Mass censorship. This is one of the problems of talking to conservatives. And you can pretend to be on the liberal left, Tim. You're a fucking far-right gobshite. This is one of the problems talking to these people, is that it's impossible to actually converse with them from a starting point of reality, because they've got like a completely different media landscape. The information they're taking in is such trash, and it's garbage in, garbage out, right? That they're taking in such rubbish that trying to talk to them is sort of pointless and impossible in many cases. It's like the old adage about if you could talk in English to a crocodile, you still wouldn't be able to understand each other, or it wouldn't be able to understand you, or whatever the adage was. I fucked that up. Anyway, but the point being that even if you could speak English, its frames of reference would be so fucking out there because the only thing it's running on is impulse, right? So the crocodile just knows, can I eat this thing? Can I fuck this thing? Is this thing a danger? Can I sleep here? That, really basic shit. So you couldn't really communicate. And it's similar with like these far-right types. Because the information they're taking in is so odd, their frames of reference are so peculiar that they think that Twitter's doing mass censorship and that, like, Trump shut down the camps. Like, what are you talking about? It's so wrong on every level that talking to them becomes basically impossible. It's a shame. I don't know how to, like... I wish I knew how to change that. Maybe Elon Musk can save everybody because he's Superman. Oh, that's a different franchise.
Because people can choose to go to other places. Here's the problem. I've long said, Twitter is the LA Coliseum, this big stadium. I always say LA Coliseum because I've actually been there on the field. It was fun. And Parler and Gab are like high school football fields.
He's now, like a kid. He's like... I went to the LA Coliseum. I went on the pitch. It was awesome. It was really cool. Yeah. I got Mean Joe Green's towel. That's an old school American reference.
Play football at, community high or whatever. You can. But the president isn't there. And the people who are there are a bunch of, young people and locals. And while you may have a good time and have good conversations, you're not going to be listening to the president. Over at the LA Coliseum, Donald Trump is in this stadium talking to everybody in this massive arena. They kicked Trump out. And now everyone's standing around talking to each other, and there's still a lot of people there. If Trump walks over to the community high school and starts talking, people are going to leave the Coliseum and start jamming into the community high school. You get the point I'm trying to make? Trump really is the one that holds the main key, but so does Elon Musk. So do many of these high-profile individuals the media can't help but cover when they tweet. Musk doesn't have the same power as Trump. Trump really does have that power, and he just need to do it.
Trump has the power!
Respect.
Oh, that's a different franchise again. I'm all over the shop tonight.
I'll tell you this. The more people watch my content, the more they become members at timcast.com, the more I am going to be focusing on dealing with these problems for two reasons.
Look,
first, let me be
game knows game, right? He's a good shiller.
Real with y'all. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get censored or lied or smeared by these outlets. And so we need a robust infrastructure to counter this. When Pointer wrote fake news misleading people about what I said, I'll show you. Pointer wrote this. They said, Twitter flagged a post from controversial YouTuber Pim Tool that said the U.S. election was rigged.
Listen to controversial. Oh, Tim, does it hurt, mate? Do you want to fucking cry about it, you little bitch?
No, it didn't. In fact, the tweet literally said it wasn't rigged, it was fortified. But they don't tell you that.
Fortified. It was fortified. That's way better.
They're lying. The reason I can say they're lying is because another outlet corrected this, saying Tim Pool did not say this. He was referencing Time Magazine. That's right, I was. And I was being pretty, condescending of Time Magazine for what they said. I'm sick of it. Pointer is the one who grants people, well, the IFCN, which is basically Pointer, they determine who's allowed to fact check on Facebook. Great. I want to start my own fact checking organization so I can fact check Pointer and give them a big old red X for false.
What a little bitch. I want to fact check them and say they're wrong. Fuck you. Oh, you little baby. Oh. Can you get a wrench? Of course you can, Lace. You're good people. Do remember though, my one rule is that you have to ban everyone ever. Okay? Like literally just go ban crazy with it, okay? Where are we? Oh, message retracted. Why did you... fuck. Add a moderator. There you go. Lovely stuff.
And I would, because it is misleading content. But so long as Pointer holds the keys determining who is allowed to fact check on Facebook, no one will go after them, so who watches the Watchmen? Here's what we need. Decentralized social media. Gab has that. Trump, get on Gab already. We also need fair and honest media. Elon, dump some money into it.
Elon!
Who's going to do it? Nobody, I guess.
Yeah,
Not
nobody.
Even those with massive power. I want to make something very, very clear. I don't expect Elon Musk to try and focus on doing something like this. And I can understand that, how do you vet someone to do good journalism? It's almost impossible. So maybe all he really can do is say, I don't know, man. Because if Elon funded something like my operation, which I would not accept, to be honest, then people would complain that he was funding, partisan media or something like that. But
really? You're not partisan, Tim. Jesus. Is Tim Pool good at math? Gives $1.03. Okay, what the fuck is going on with this person, the name good at math? Because you think Carl is good at math at $1.02, and now Tim Pool is good at math at $1.03. You fucking with me? I hope so. Anyway, they say Joseph Biden has the same first name as Joseph Stalin and Joseph Goebbels. So conservatives and chuds will call him Joseph Biden, a communist or Nazi, whatever, whenever it's convenient. True.
maybe that's the only real answer, is that...
I call him Joseph Robinette Biden, because that's his full name.
I may have my biases, and of course I'm not perfect.
You
just need more powerful institutions to challenge the mainstream media and their lies. Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post. Elon Musk criticized them, saying, give my regards to your puppet master. Bro, you and Elon Musk are competing for the richest people in the world. Why don't you do the same thing, like what Matthew Iglesias said? Get on it, brother. Hope he's watching something like this, Elon, because I think you're rad, and I'm super excited for Starlink.
Oh, can you tongue his gooch a bit harder, please, Tim? I don't feel like you're really getting up in that shit. Come on, man. You can do better. I believe in you.
So I mean no disrespect when I say, I don't know what your situation is, but presumably it may be simplistic to say you have the ability or the power to do so. But if Jeff Bezos is doing it and you're not, and you're upset with what his outlet is saying to you, let me tell you something. When Elon Musk told the Washington Post to give his regards to their puppet master, he was talking about Jeff Bezos. Guess who's the richest person in the world? I believe it's Bezos. And the second person is Elon Musk. So Elon, buy a newspaper or start your own. We'll see how things play out. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. over at youtube.com/.
So him literally just saying, give your advice to your master or whatever it was, that's him roasting the fake news, apparently. That's in Tim's eyes, that's Elon Musk roasting the fake news. Ah, come on, what are you doing, Tim Pool? Let's have a look what he's got going on his main channel. Should we see if he's done any more Civil War posting recently? What the fuck? What's going on with YouTube? Why is YouTube being shit? Tim Pool. For some reason I can't access Tim Pool's channel? What? Okay, let's go Timcast. Timcast IRL? Nope. Maths is plural, you fools. True. It is. With $1.04. Okay, there's definitely something going on there. Is Vosh's... I'll just because it's Vosh's click there. Is something going on with my YouTube? Why isn't... What the fuck is going on here? Right, let's try it from scratch. Right. Okay, so let's just click on that.
It's debating people?
Alright, so that's working then. Right, so why isn't Tim Pool working? No, it won't do it. For some reason, I literally can't get onto... Did he block me? Oh, maybe he did. Surely he wouldn't have blocked me. He's never fucking heard of me, surely. Surely not. Tim... Cast. Let's try. Okay, let's go on to an incognito mode. No thanks. Yes, I agree. Tim Pool. No, for some reason it's not doing on fucking that either. For some reason, why is that happening? Has Tim Pool been booted from YouTube? Surely not. The serfs. Let's try the serfs. The serfs times. Oh no, there's something wrong with my end, isn't there? Yeah, for some reason my YouTube, the Timcast channel is not loading for you. Oh, is YouTube just fucked right now? Oh, I don't know. What's this? Well, it's not. I haven't got a strike or anything. Okay, well let's. I mean, for now then, we'll watch this palette cleanser. Someone sent me a TikTok filter turns dog into a Disney character. Oh God. Oh, that's quite cute. That dog's just mental. Oh. Alright, we get the idea. Fuck's sake. No need to milk it. Right. See if Tim Pool's working again. No, it's not having it. Okay. Well, I'll go on to... What the fuck is it doing? It's not the internet connection. It must just be YouTube being shit. Texas slammed by food shortages and food inflation. GOP rep own family disowns him for supporting Trump impeachment. Gina Carano defeats woke leftists. Let's have a look.
Many of you probably heard the news.
Shut up, you cunt. Yeah, for some reason it won't let me go onto his actual channel. Yeah, for some reason I can't. Same with your YouTube channel, Kev. Yeah, it must just be something with YouTube in the UK or something then. Yeah, YouTube's just been fucky. Okay, well, we'll just watch this video then. I hadn't planned on it, but we'll have a look.
News about Mandalorian star Gina Carano getting fired by Lucasfilm, essentially Disney, over some controversial posts she made on Instagram. She was one of the recurring characters in the hit show Mandalorian, and because she was outspoken, the left has repeatedly tried to get her canceled. Well, we got really big news. One of the most amazing...
Cancel!
Amazing things I've heard in a long time. Cause for optimism. Ben Shapiro's company, The Daily Wire, has announced they will be producing a film with Gina Carano for which she will be starring in. My friend.
That sounds atrocious. I kind of can't wait. Oh, where's my fucking cursor gone now? Oh, I fucking hate the world.
Friends, Gina is uncancelled. They had to get rid of her. Why? She's outspoken. She challenges the narrative. They tried canceling her back a few months ago when she put fake pronouns in her Twitter profile that said boop, bop, beep, when people were demanding that she do it. And as I later learned, she was actually just making a joke about R2-D2 and didn't take it all that seriously. She later took this out. The left wants to cancel and destroy and excise anybody who dares oppose their fringe ideology. Now, I want to clarify, when I say the left, I mean the woke, culty leftists.
The woke, culty leftists, which are definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. Shall I get infrared on? Oh, I might get infrared on, I don't know. Am I baited too easily? Almost certainly. No, dickhead, you come on now. I'm not coming on later tonight. You want to come on, you come on now. Oh, no, fuck you, you bitch.
There are some progressives who are not woke, but they tend to be few and far between at this point. And right now, the cultural institutions are all pretty much woke and authoritarian.
Woke and authoritarian. Oh, Tim, you're such fucking trash. Shut up. You bumbleclad. Oh, I can't even go onto the fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. Democrats want to ban violent video games.
Get 20% off Topshop and Topman at ASOS now. Your Janies, your Jonies, your relaxed fit, your straight leg.
Yeah, he has refused. So I win. I win. Simple.
To the first story. So we have this post from Kristen Soltis Anderson. She says, thread on the new Echelon Insights polling about voter priorities and what Republicans in particular are looking for. Unlike traditional top issues questions, here we ask people to rate each issue on how much it concerns them. We tested these issues with everyone. Let's just jump straight. Well, let's start with Republicans first. I want to build up to it, right? You know what the title of the segment is. You know what we're talking about. So let me just show you the kind of, I guess, regular opinions of conservatives. GOP most concerned about police support and illegal immigration. The question was, how concerned are you, if at all, that the following are a problem for the country? The top was illegal immigration. 59% were extremely concerned. Next, lack of support for the police. I'm sorry. It's 79% extremely concerned. High taxes, 77 extremely concerned. These are like fairly typical Republican things. I'm concerned about taxes and people don't like the police and I wave my flag and illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's really fucking dumb. Super dumb, Tim, yes.
Talk about liberal bias in mainstream media. Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson have been ranting on liberal bias in the media forever, and so has Glenn Beck. That's totally normal. There's not a whole lot that's new in this. Socialism. Of course, socialism. Antifa violence. Well, that's relatively new, but, you know, left-wing violence still is something that exists.
Right-wing violence isn't, though, is it, Tim?
And then you have abortion, tech censorship, discrimination against Christians. I swear, you could do the same poll 20 years ago and find the same answers. What do you think the Democrats said? The most concerning thing, with 82%, was Donald Trump's supporters.
Yeah, that can't be that surprising, Tim. They did just try and do a kind of insurrection. You fucking idiot.
Followed by white nationalism.
Ditto.
79%. Followed by systemic racism at 77%. And then gun violence. And then healthcare. Then domestic terror. Then police brutality. You'll see a lot of these same issues that, you know, Democrats have typically been concerned about. But I think it's particularly worrying that at a time when we're seeing some of the most insane rhetoric pointed at Republicans and Trump supporters, saying drone strike them, saying treat them as...
Saying drone strike them? Who has fucking said drone strike them, you lying cockhead?
Enemies and combatants?
They are enemy combatants. They absolutely are, Tim. They try to do like a kind of revolution of sorts. They are. Trump supporters are enemy combatants. They are an enemy to the people of America. It's a very simple thing.
Republicans. So I'll before we throw it to everybody and we get into this bigger conversation, I'll just point this out. When I do my segments on this show, on my other channels, and I say, I may be biased, but I really do see the problem.
I may be biased. I may be a little tiny bit biased, but I mean, you know, I'm liberal left. You fucking idiot. Jesus. Thank you to Javi Trino, who raided. Thank you very much. Welcome, raiders. We're looking at Tim Pool nonsense. Everyone, go and follow Javi Trino here on Twitch and the leftist loudmouth, Canedo Descardas, on YouTube. They're very good. How was your stream, Javi? Hope it went well.
As being on the Democrat side of things, not Republican, this is another data point that backs that up. Republicans, once again, concerned about the things they've always been concerned about. What am I going to complain about? Republicans saying the same thing they said for 30 years? Sure, I got criticisms. The Democrats coming out and saying Trump supporters are the biggest...
Yeah, that's the thing, Tim. Republicans in America haven't moved on in 20 plus years. They're still doing the same shit over and over and over. And you dickheads keep doing it. Keep buying it, I should say. So there's no need for them to bother moving on. There's no new topic. There's no new issue. It's literally the same fucking shit whilst they're allowing their rich friends to absolutely destroy America. Yeah, that's bad. That's not a good thing, Tim. There's a difference between consistency and dogma.
This threat? That's scary. Luke, you brought up last week when that lady from MSNBC said, why don't we just drone strike them? We drone striked people in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that our language is becoming a little bit hyperbolic, to say the...
Really? You're going to say that on Tim's channel, where every other word that comes out of his fucking mouth is civil war, civil war, civil war?
Least, especially politically. I for sure thought the top thing on that list was going to be masculinity, weights, trucks, and other inanimate objects that people are scared of and refuse to take personal responsibility
guns
on.
there.
Firearms, defensive tools. You know, if you're going to put guns there, you got to put forks on there because forks are responsible for a lot of obesity, a lot of death.
Wow, that is one of the most dishonest framings of gun safety conversation I've ever heard. You're an idiot. You are a fucking moron. I don't know who you are, fucking dollar store weed lord replacement dude, but you're an embarrassment. You should be ashamed. We go up to 1.25 speed again.
death and a lot of horrible, horrible sicknesses that we need to be very responsible for by banning the tools that enable people to die of heart disease on such huge numbers.
300,000 people died in 2019 of obesity.
Exactly. No one wants to talk about that.
That's
Yeah.
what.
I think a lot of people do want to talk about that. I think people do want to talk about that. I think you should pass legislation which forces food companies to deal with that shit. Maybe food safety standards, things like that. Maybe, you know.
What, like almost a 9/11 every single day?
Yeah, where's the non-stop 24/7 news coverage of people stuffing McDonald's down their food and talking about how horrible it is and showing them in the hospitals
down
as
their
they're
food?
down their
I got it.
Yeah, because people do have to eat. That is a thing. They're doing it to excess and they're getting fat. That's certainly the case. People don't have to own guns. They really don't.
Goblets.
Yeah,
down their throats.
Come on.
Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say here. But again, there's a lot of bigger issues out there, and I don't know. I don't like polls. I always question the results of polls. You can manipulate polls in so many different ways. So I
don't
know.
manipulate Polish people. That's not necessary. Don't do that.
I don't trust this because this proves that the mainstream media brainwashing is working because, again, when you look at relative threats to you, it's usually a lot of the stuff that a lot of elites are responsible for that they don't want you to know about. As we were talking about obesity, cancer, and other health-related illnesses that, of course, are never truly addressed. But now, again, we have a caring government that allegedly cares about our health and is willing to stop the economy and destroy everything in its doorsteps just to make us healthy. Yeah,
well, so,
sure.
Luke and I have definitely covered our share of riots and various factions. And Julio, you've been on the ground for a ton of this stuff.
Yep.
Do you think that it is fair for Democrats to say, or do you think it's fair for them to be more concerned?
Oh, someone's got a thing on the food thing. Give it a jig. My channel. Oh, it's doing that. Oh, for fuck's sake. 1 second, everyone. 1 second. Beep, beep,
more concerned.
Shut up, Timothy, you fucking twat. Here's the truth. Okay, let's have a look. Tucker Carlson suggests MSNBC's Nicole Wallace wants to drone strike Trump supporters. Go away. A prominent news anchor is now suggesting drone strikes against American citizens who have the wrong politics. Is that like the US citizen who Donald Trump actually did drone strike? Do you remember that? Was that Yemen or something? Something like that. Fox News host Tucker Carlson claimed on Monday night that MSNBC host Nicole Wallace is now suggesting drone strikes against American citizens, blah, 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 blah. Further wondering if she thinks Trump supporters deserve hellfire missiles raining down on their homes. Well, think about it this way. No one deserves hellfire missiles raining down on their homes? Tucker? Just a thought. Late last month, in a segment discussing the upcoming Senate impeachment trial, Wallace wondered aloud how Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell could potentially be leaning against convicted former President Donald Trump for inciting the insurrectionist Capitol riot. After noting that the Department of Homeland Security had issued a bulletin warning that there is a persistent threat that, quote, ideologically motivated violent extremists, unquote, may carry out domestic terror attacks around this belief that the election was fraudulent, Wallace brought up the tactics used in the war on terror. Quote, but my question for you is around incitement, she said to her panel. We had a policy and it was very controversial. It was carried out under the Bush years and under the Obama years of attacking terrorism at its roots, of going after and killing, and in the case of Anwar al-Awlaki, an American, a Yemeni American, with a drone strike for the crime of inciting violence, inciting terrorism, unquote. Circling back to McConnell, Wallace, who was President George W. Bush's communication director, added, Mitch McConnell was in the Senate then. He was in the Senate after 9/11 too. How does Mitch McConnell, who understands that the way to root out terrorism is to take it on in the case of Islamic terrorism, kill those who incite it, how does he not vote to convict someone that he said on the floor of the Senate incited an insurrection? Okay, she still probably shouldn't have said that though. That's still scummy. Like, Tim's kind of overselling it with his nonsense as usual, but he's they still shouldn't have said that. That's a scummy thing to sort of bring up. There you go. Whatever.
about Trump supporters than any other problem in the country. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. It's just I would completely disagree with that.
Thank you, Pernickety17.
Should he be on the list? I think I know what you're going to say. That's why I'm asking. I'm giving you the obvious questions.
Well, it's just, I mean, obviously, I think one of the factors just because what happened on January 6th, I was there, I covered it, but really, I mean, what we saw most of last year and what I covered from Kenosha to Minneapolis and Seattle, those were all done by left-wing.
Well, but Kyle Rittenhouse.
That was born out of a situation that was the result of the local and state government not getting a handle on riots that were again started by left wing and BLM sympathizers and
standing down.
Yes, yeah.
Well, so this is the point I keep making. People are like, Tim, all your videos are about the Democrats, and I'm like, listen. When has there been a moment where a bunch of Trump supporters started smashing windows, breaking into a building, and being all around disruptive? January 6th. Can you tell me a time before that? Because I'm sure they exist, but. Anything else?
Well, yeah, if you ignore that one time they did it, then it's fine. Also, lots of Trump supporters have been doing loads of violent shit. Like, loads of violent shit. Shooting up mosques and such. Shooting up synagogues. I know, crazy. Thank you to Field Weddle, who resubscribed with the Prime for 2 months. Some Bezos bucks to dominate infrared even more. Good. Well, I've just checked my Twitter actually, and he's saying we need to schedule the thing, which means he's backed out. I win. I am the ultimate alpha. Oh. I've dominated him. I've thoroughly wrecked, destroyed, dominated, and all of that. Anyway, thank you for subscribing.
Off the top of your head, like some Trump supporters came out, flags, marching through the street, chanting and smashing windows, starting fires, or anything like that?
In that number, no, not that I can recall.
Nothing. So what I've seen is leftist violence and extremism, and even then, with all of the news coverage, look at Andy Ngo's book. You guys, Andy Ngo put out that book on Antifa.
Oh, Andy Ngo, the liar, the proven liar. Okay.
Like a New York Times bestseller, and Republicans are still like, yeah, we get Antifa's a problem, but illegal immigration is more concerning because there's a lot of policy ramifications to illegal immigration, economic ramifications. So Republicans, right where they've always been, Antifa going on doing their thing, Republicans know it, but they're not screaming about it like it's the end of the world. Some are, for sure. Yeah. Their concerns are more.
You talk about little else, okay.
Practical policy driven.
Get 20% off Topshop and Topman at ASOS now. Your Janies, your Jonies, your relaxed fit, your straight leg.
Democrat.
Here's a map. Donald Trump hate and violence. Wow, look at the Trumps on the map. There we go. Someone said blacks need to go to Mexico. U.S. citizen Latino students harassed by Trump supporters. Oh, one happened in Mexico. Allegations of racism at Orange County High School football game underscore broader tensions in the Trump era. Why is that one in Mexico? That doesn't appear to be in the right location at all. Let's go with this one. Clashes in Charlottesville. Oh yeah, when they murdered a person. Yep. Elementary school vandalised with Trump KKK. Good stuff. Not good stuff, you know what I mean. Look, it's useful information. Terrorist plot in militia in Kansas thwarted. Okay. So that's a thing. I'll post that in the Twitch chat. It was already posted by someone in the YouTube chat. So if you want to go and take a look at the Trump map of hate. Oh, someone's got a thing on the thing. That's not the right one.
Democrats are pointing at Republicans. So this is what is worrying to me. Check out. Let me show this article from The Root. They say Democrats are stuck with a Republican Party rife with conspiracy theorists, anarchists, and terror sympathizers. The craziest thing about this, let me just try and pull up the most insane. Look at this. They say we have to view the GOP as enemy combatants.
They are enemy combatants. I do have to pull them up on the use of the term anarchist, though. I think they're doing that in the way that like 1920s propaganda would do it as well, I think.
Because for years they have proven that Democrats are theirs. Republicans might view Democrats as like political rivals who they don't like and will call names. But Republicans aren't that concerned about general Democrats. This is the crazy...
Yeah, they are. They call them baby murderers. They were literally talking about Joe Biden being the devil. Alex Jones claimed that Obama and Hillary smell of sulfur. They do. I assure you, Tim, they do see them as enemies. Yeah.
The thing about this Echelon Insights thing. On the list of things Republicans are concerned about, Biden supporters is not one of them. They don't care about what people who voted for Joe Biden.
Well, no, they clearly do. They see them as like un-American and blah, blah, blah. Again, you're just lying, Tim. But they're not a threat, are they? Obviously. And you know that. You're just lying. Whatever.
They care about problems. The Democrats literally care about Republicans. I shouldn't even say Republicans because the Republican Party is trash, but conservatives, Trump supporters are not Republicans. There's a big difference, but there is an overlap.
Why'd you keep backing Republican candidates then? Like, consistently? Tim?
I guess. I can say, Republicans are trash, and most people will be like, you mean the politicians, right? Yeah, of course. Like, everybody agrees. So I'm worried about this rhetoric, man. I'm worried about this. We also have this article, I'll pull this one up from 538. In America's uncivil war, Republicans are the aggressors.
Oh.
Dude, they live in a paranoid, delusional state. Would you agree with that, Republicans are the aggressors in the uncivil war?
As a whole, no. I mean, it's just, again...
What I am surprised that Tim's paid stooges here aren't thinking that they're right of the problem. I am flabbergasted. Can I get some F's in chat for flabbergasted, please? My gast is flabbered, whatever the fuck that means.
What I covered and what I saw firsthand, it wasn't people in MAGA hats, it wasn't people waving Trump flags. It was people that were definitely aligned with more of the radical elements of the left. But I mean, Antifa, as real as they are, right? They weren't everywhere in terms of all the riots. They weren't responsible for every single one. Obviously, they had a hand in places like Portland and Seattle, where they had their stronghold. But really, it was everyday people, especially when it started out on day one. Because then I can say in Kenosha there were Antifa types that came from Chicago and Milwaukee, but that was day 3, that was day 2, that wasn't the first. Yeah. So everything kind of went bad in that town was everyday people, quote unquote.
Did you guys see what happened in New York, where there was like an SUV with Trump flags, and then regular New Yorker leftists started attacking it, and some woman like pepper sprayed the family, including some children.
Oh, really? Oh, like Alaska does to every other person he meets. Okay, cool.
When they had that little caravan?
No, I don't think it might have been a little caravan. I don't think it was like a big parade. I think it was just like SUVs driving on the what was it? What's the highway?
BQE.
Is that what it is? The BQE, the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Yeah. And so you've got these people are not Antifa. These leftists. And that's crazy to me that you can have these videos that Republicans, conservatives, Trump supporters can see a video of children being pepper sprayed and still say that's not my biggest concern. Whereas on the left, you get one day where Trump supporters act a fool, and that's the biggest concern they have.
They just acted a fool. They killed some people. It's fine. They just acted a bit silly. Fuck me. What a absolute piece of shit.
I think it's the fake news, the manipulation. It's going to lead to something dramatically worse.
You are the fake news,
as they
Tim.
Kind of escalate this, and I'll just throw this next bit in because I covered this the other day. That the FBI is treating members of Congress. They say they're treating members of Congress as suspects in the Capitol riot. What happens when you have this rhetoric where the Democrats think this is our biggest threat? You're going to get politicians on the Democrat side who say, vote for me and I will destroy Republicans. Vote for me and I will come for them and I will arrest them and we will lock them up.
Dickhead. Donald Trump was literally saying, I'm going to lock up Hillary. By the way, how did that work out? Yeah, promise kept. And also, they've been constantly going about destroying Democrats. Literally for years. So again, you're just lying.
And the Trump supporters are like, can I get someone to deal with the immigration issue? If the Democrats see that the biggest issue among their voter bloc is Trump supporters, they will use all the power they have to target them. That's what
Good.
They're doing. Right. And it's probably creating like a downward spiral where it's going to keep getting worse.
Right. And that's why they have concerns about establishing a 9/11 style commission. It's like, well, how truly neutral and independent is it going to be when you have people on their side saying that all 74 million Trump supporters are equal to 300 or 400 or so that reach the Capitol, which is...
Who's saying that? Random talking head who's being paid by Pim Tool to suck his nuts? I need a better nickname for him, but you get the idea.
TSDS. Trump supporter derangement syndrome.
We also have to understand...
Because everyone who disagrees with me is deranged. The intellectual Pim Tool, everybody.
And the larger kind of media conditioning that has been going on within the last 4 years that really was ratcheted up to levels that I haven't ever seen it before. I always knew and talked about the divide and conquer agenda for about 15 years now, but really the last 4 years were absolutely insane. If you look at left-wing media, they're always saying right-wing terror, right-wingers are going to kill you, right-wingers are horrible, and just nonstop 24/7 coverage. And then there's also some criticism on right-wing coverage where they said Antifa is responsible for everything bad underneath the sun, and sometimes they were also exaggerated. Sometimes they're also downplayed by the left-wing media. But we have to understand this cycle is spinning out of control. And when the Democrats are in power right now, there are a legitimate amount of people asking, what do you got for us? And the first thing they got is, we could punish more Trump supporters. And according to this poll, that's allegedly what they want. And again,
Good. Fuck them.
I find it hard to believe, to be honest with you, because
you don't like the poll.
It's I have to really I want to deep dive into it to see exactly how it was done, to see exactly how the questions were, because I bet we're going to find some anomalies. Because there's no way people who are suffering so much, people who have been screwed over by the establishment, who have been promised $2,000 and they're getting nothing but military-industrial complex, no bid contracts for Raytheon right now. They're $2,000.
The Trump that we liked, he spent 700 squillion more on the. Look, yeah, I'm anti. Military-industrial complex. I don't think you should be spending anywhere near this amount of money. America, you've got a serious problem. You're addicted to spending money on the military. But you don't get to suck Donald Trump's balls for 4 years and then turn around and be like, now we're against the military-industrial complex. Like, that's ridiculous. Shut the fuck up.
$1,000 is out the door. There's no way that their first thing is retribution. I don't know.
You're wrong.
That's
I disagree, bro.
That's okay. You have your opinion. I have mine. That's my own personal perspective, because seeing the responses, yes, there's a lot of hyperbolic stuff on social media, but in reality, there's a lot of people saying, okay, Democrats, you're in charge. What do you got for me? What can you do for me?
I'm seeing people defend Joe Biden setting up child migrant detention facilities. Okay, so there was the one in Homestead, which is the Miami facility. Kamala Harris literally protested there.
Yep.
And all the Democrats, not the progressives, all of like the establishment tribalists are going like, yay, Kamala. And then Trump shut it down. And they go, good, it's about time, Trump. And then Biden's administration reopened it. And they're like, well, actually, you know.
All right, so he's now conflating the one place, apparently, that Trump shut down. When he said in the previous video we watched, he shut all the camps down. He didn't. He really didn't.
Does make sense that Biden is doing that. You see what they do. So I disagree. Yeah. I think you're right that there are regular Americans who are like, yo, where's my money? Bro, you said I get $2,000.
Bro.
Where it's at, and you're not getting it. But I think too many, and it makes sense. I mean, like, what, 80 some odd percent are just like, Trump is bad. So there's two things. When the media for years...
yeah, they're just saying
Trump's
bad. There's no reason for it.
Some people just ate that up, and now they're shaking in their homes, terrified of Trump supporters.
But I think people are realizing Trump's not in power. The FBI is on top of all the grannies that walked into the Capitol that day.
All the grannies? It was just some grannies who walked in there. There weren't, like, literally dozens of former police and military and people with, like, zip ties and guns and stuff. No, it was just all the grannies. Just some grannies. It was fine. God, this guy's even more dishonest than Tim Pool. Fuck.
There's no evil grannies that are going to come after them and walk into their private residency by accident. So I think people are realizing that. And there's also a very interesting pushback with the Gravel Institute and AOC pushing back against Biden and this new kind of, what are they calling it now? They're not
Child
calling
migrant overflow.
Overflow facilities.
Which are literally using storage containers to put children in.
Which have bars on the window.
I heard there's air conditioning.
Oh. I mean, that's good.
Well,
listen. I got to defend Joe Biden. Okay, I got to defend Joe Biden.
Oh, let's go.
I do. I absolutely do. These facilities need to exist.
Yes.
Separating families is awful.
Yeah.
But a lot of the separation occurs because they don't know who the families are.
Yes.
Because it's just some random guy with a kid. And then the other issue is the facility that Biden opened up.
TGG, give us a link. Drop us a link. We'll have a look at that.
It's unaccompanied kids. So, like, when a kid crosses the border and they pick them up, they're like, what do we do? We're not going to put them in an adult jail with a bunch of old dudes.
Yep.
They put them in a juvenile facility.
Yeah. But, like, just like for me personally...
But it's still a juvenile jail. Like, it's still fucked. Don't do that.
Of Mexican descent. The thing that just really irritates me...
Whoa. Time out. Why are you bringing your identity politics? What are you doing, bro? What does it matter that you're of Mexican descent? It doesn't fucking matter. It's irrelevant to the situation. Don't bring your liberal, woke identity politics around here. Tim, I'm sure he's definitely going to call you out because he is consistent. Yo! That's sarcasm.
Sure, AOC did a tweet saying, yeah, it's bad in any administration, but she's not going to go down there and do another photo op. And just I remember just the complete outrage at the child separation policy, which was, the outrage at it was good. I didn't agree with it at all.
Did you not? I bet you still voted Trump, didn't you dickhead? What's this? Baroness Barker? Lesbian pier, which is not a lesbian structure that goes out over the sea with arcades and stuff on it. No, a pier as in a pier of the realm. Tears down tired transphobic arguments. Hang on a second. Oop. Oh, adverts are annoying, aren't they? Arguments in powerful House of Lords speech. Does it have the video? Do we have the video? Oh, that seems like a video. Does it? No? No, that's a picture. That's a picture. Oh, give me the video. Is this from today? It is from today, so they might not have the video yet. An ongoing debate. Oh, okay. Well, what we can do then... Oh, actually, will it allow me? Oh, I don't know. BBC iPlayer. It'll probably do me for fucking copyright, this, won't it? If we go into the BBC Parliament and then scroll back... yeah, no, the BBC Parliament channel, you twat. TV guide, right. Where's the BBC Parliament? Don't tell me it doesn't have the fucking BBC Parliament bit on it. Channels. What? Oh, shut the fuck up. BBC Parliament. Oh, there we go. Fuck's sake. Lord's questions on now. Fucking hell.
The National Food Crime Unit has a formidable task ahead of it, and
well, NHS England has told GP
as
Kingdom has
to use this.
Lord Phelps.
Wise of transmission.
opening of
Remain the proper
habitats.
Shut up, Goldsmith, you racist cunt.
dialogue
Between countries.
dynamism and scale of
sector and investment.
Their regional economy.
Lords, all questions were
Sure that these
force recruitment need to be employed during this. My lords,
to the second all.
And it is perhaps worth
You've written question.
Where are we?
It goes back a long while, with I understand. Number is coming down.
Limits in real. This is a situation that.
Restart the program.
Executives and civil servants must explain themselves.
Please.
Baroness Thornton.
My lords, we all want our children back at school on the 8th of March. Being called for their
Report on biodiversity.
Where's Barker?
Top poor countries, understandably.
country and
Nipah virus, Ebola has highlighted that in order to keep an eye on.
Industry-led proposal.
they could bid for money from when they're
concerned that rail
Use remain in place because of through the channel.
I'm not.
Lord Yano Cookham.
Oh, come on.
Out in his
The demand for part.
induce immunity.
Position has been.
Shut up.
in January. Lost by students.
Apologies, everyone. I'd like to actually see this, but...
The 8th, all our children.
Expand habitats.
The minister in view of transformed.
Are we going to find it? What do you reckon?
30.
Commercial return.
And he's right. And the government is
Still think it would take
the Nobel Barrel.
Which need to be
President Lucas.
I call
regime in Belarus.
And support the aims of building back better, green industrial revolution and attracting global capital. But could my...
As they are in the north.
Invest jobs that we...
Come on.
Of inward investment.
Oh, Blunkett.
That's the first oral question. I beg to...
That gives them. Thank you.
Scare school for
And whether there's a time of fluctuation.
Department of Health and
Fine to written question.
My lords, I'm grateful. Expanded in the...
Come on.
We now come to only benefit.
Would encourage to the COVID-19 essential.
Oh.
And no longer do people walk the street.
I won't have timestamps.
In other words, will the government
Increasing.
No. Never mind. I couldn't find her. Ugh. It's annoying. Anyway. Patel doesn't sound exceptionally English. Well, that's the thing about having an empire. You import people, don't you? Patel is typically a Hindu name, isn't it? Sorry. What was I doing? Too much memorization? What? Lord Haw. Okay. Wasn't actually a lord. Technically wasn't even British. Unelected Labour peer rages against trans-inclusive maternity bill. Oh no, not Phil Hunt. Oh no. He's like my local-ish lord. He's from Birmingham. I actually met him before. Trans-inclusive maternity bills because it says parents, not mothers. Oh, fuck off, Phil. Oh, end me. Yeah, if you can get that on video, that'd be cool. Lord Phil Hunt of King's Heath. King's Heath was sort of roughly near where I grew up. Who was appointed to the unelected chamber in 97, served as a minister, Tony Blair, blah, 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 blah. Hunt picked on language that applies part of the law when the person is pregnant and after the person has given birth. Why you pick up on that? What difference does it fucking make? That's still inclusive of the term mother, isn't it? In line with the long-standing, previously uncontroversial convention to use gender-neutral language in legislation. A series of amendments backed by Hunt and other peers sought to change the language in the bill to refer only to women because these people are cunts. The Labour peer complained, "We heard the rather inelegant terms person who is pregnant." Oh, sorry, they're not elegant enough for you. This is not a fucking ball gown. This is legislation. And person who has given birth to a child, which does not seem to add to what we understand as good English. Eat my fucking ass. Absolute gobshite. Phil Hunt does sound like rhyming slang, indeed.
But it went beyond that, and then talk about kids in cages, and they were putting photos that were taken during the Obama administration, and saying that and so basically, by and large, the mainstream media and Democrats view Latinos as a hammer to beat Republicans with when it suits them, and so it's just I'm really upset at how there's if you're gonna be as outraged.
Who's Jucker? Sorry, in the Twitch chat, they say fuck Glinner and Jucker. Who's Jucker? I don't know who that is. Yeah, fuck's sake. Well, that's the thing. Phil Hunt, he's like a kind of right-wing Labour dude, but he's not like a bad dude. Like, that's why I'm disappointed, because I didn't think he was like that. Because why does it matter? Because it's still inclusive. I mean, it's inelegant language. It's fucking... Have you read legal documents? They're not exactly the most concise, poetic things, are they? They're awful. That's a fucking shame. But luckily we'll get to vote him out. Oh no, we won't. He's unelected. They're in the House of Lords. Britain isn't really a fucking democracy. So I can't even get rid of him. Cunt. I have to pay his fucking wages for him to sit there and be a fucking hateful bigot, but I can't get rid of him. Yay, British democracy.
As you were when Trump was in office, then you should be equally as outraged.
Oh, I just realized, Julio Rosas. You're actually a Mexican yourself.
Oh, Jean-Claude Juncker. What did he do? Is he transphobic as well? It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, I don't know a lot about him, to be honest.
I'm special in that I don't see these things. And the Democrats, like, I'm kidding. Yeah, colorblind, totally colorblind.
Another thing to really kind of blunt here about is, especially when it comes to new immigrants that come into this country, who do they serve? They usually go to big cities and they serve a lot of these established...
Infrared backed out. Look, I gave him an opportunity to come on. I even dropped the $10 thing, right? I even dropped the $10. I just said, "You want to come on?" He said, "No, I can't come on now." I win then. You've been devastated. I now own Infrared. Infrared is property of Kevin and Rory Logan, so check and mate.
Establishment limousine liberals, and they're working in underappreciated, underpaid jobs, usually under the table, in a position that predominantly helps them. Yeah, it exploits human beings to the worst degree for the benefit of the people living in the cities. Who lives in the cities? Predominantly liberals benefiting off of it.
Here's the point I was going to make with that, is that we recently saw, especially in South Texas, the Latino community went for Trump.
Yeah, all the like, a lot of the border counties.
In Miami, a district that was considered safe Democrat flipped Republican. Psych. Because it seems like, first of all, this idea that Latinos in this country are one political body is not true. And you could probably speak this better than I could.
Yeah.
But I know people, I lived in Miami, I know people who were from Cuba and Venezuela, and they're like, nah, like they were staunch capitalists.
Yeah, because they're like, I think the phrase Gasano gets used about the Cubans. These are people who like are right-wingers. Yeah, America, you've imported a lot of right-wing dickheads, but you know. Yeah, I am better than Vosh. I'm better than Vosh. I'm better than Destiny. I'm better than who else? Socialism done left. Yeah, I'm better than all these people because I think by the transitive property, I own and have obliterated. Right, I own Infrared, and Infrared owns Vosh and Destiny and Socialism done left and various other people. So I think, like I say, I inherit those things now. So I own Vosh. I own Vosh and Destiny and Socialism done left. So that's how. I mean, in my good grace, if they ask nicely, I might free them from their bondage. But I don't know. I'm a fickle master.
Hated those systems that they view as destroying their country. But when you look at what's going on with these facilities, I'm really curious about who AOC is actually speaking to. When, like, in South Texas, they're actually kind of pro-Trump. They've gone pretty hard for the Republicans. I can't imagine they're going to disagree with the same policies that Trump had, right?
Well, it's just the fact that they live at they live there in terms of the border, and so they are acutely aware of the issues that
I am
are
the final
plaguing
boss
the
of left
immigration
tube. I am the yeast of the bread tube. Okay.
And obviously just the overall
that didn't sound
problems
as cool
that we have at the southern
out
border.
loud as it
And
did
so,
to
I mean,
my
and that's why
head.
you see a lot of border patrol officers. They're Latino, but I think the majority of the officers are Latino because they often come from those communities. Because again, they see the importance of border security. They know that you just can't have just it be open and what have you. So. Yeah, I think the last election obviously didn't go Trump's way, but the fact that he was able to gain a lot within the Latino community and other minorities as well, but especially in the Latino community, I mean, you'd think that, after 4 years of talking about how Trump was just going to go after all the Latinos and it's just this really bad dictator.
Well, yeah, but I mean, didn't Latino still broke pretty strongly, didn't they? Latino vote 2020. Deconstructing the Latino vote. They still broke pretty strongly for Biden, didn't they, I think? And again, Latino isn't like one thing, obviously. I realise that. Where are the numbers? Come on. Come on. Where are the numbers? Is it going to give me any fucking numbers? Jesus. How US Latinos voted. Okay. Cuban Americans voted 56 to 44. Republican incumbent 44. There we go. Joe Biden got 66%, which was actually one better than Hillary Clinton in 2016. He performed 6 points better in California, for example, but 4 points worse in Nevada, where Latino men voted for Trump in particularly high numbers. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but overall 66%. So that's still pretty strong support, Yeah. That's still pretty solid fucking support, man.
Right. And then
he's pretty bad at being a dictator in that regard. If the people that he's supposed to be victimizing is actually going for him.
The worst thing he did was post that photo of Taco Bowl. Oh, it was like, how dare you? It's like cultural appropriation. It's like Taco Bowls aren't even actually Mexican or whatever. And that
it looked good. Objectively, it looked good to me.
Yeah.
I like Taco Bowls. Yeah.
I don't know why the image that just came to my head and is very visceral is this kind of, this kind of liberal sitting in a fancy restaurant tweeting that we need more immigration, as they're of course at a very fancy restaurant, and behind the doors are all the illegal immigrants working their butts off, serving them. And to me, just seeing that kind of representation just kind of angers me, to be honest with you.
Thanks for checking out this clip.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure you really care about illegal immigrants. No, it's still being fucky. Why are you being fucky? Timcast. Yeah, it won't load channels for some fucking reason. I don't know. No, I want ones where he's on his own. Is it Timcast IRL then? No. Okay, just Tim Pool then. Fuck me. America. America. Leftist race hoax that destroyed several lives and jobs finally exposed. Oh, critical race. We've got to have a look at this.
Get 20% off Topshop and Topman at ASOS now. Your Janies. Your Janies.
It started back in 2018.
I genuinely want to know what Tim Pool thinks critical race theory is. Because I guarantee you he doesn't know. But he'll use it. Right, so this video is called Leftist Race Hoax Exposed. College falls into critical race theory chaos over false allegations. Who wants to bet this is full of shit? I'm going to guess this is full of shit. Don't know about you.
A young black woman, a student at Smith College, was peacefully minding her own business and eating lunch when a police officer approached her and asked her some questions. The student filmed the encounter and framed it as though it was racial profiling and that it was a horrifying experience to have this officer come up to her, to have someone call the police on her for simply minding her own business. She said that she was approached simply for the crime of being black. But an independent investigation found that it was not true. Apparently, the officer was called for a different matter and politely just inquired as to if this person knew what was going on or if something had happened, and that was really it. But following this, the university went nuts, started making life a living hell as this student complained about the racial profiling. Apparently, several people were ousted from their jobs, and things just got really bad at the university for a lot of people. It got particularly contentious. The whole thing was just not true. I would say it was a hoax. But take a look at this.
You would say it's a hoax. Did they say it was a hoax? Does he leave a link to anything? No, he doesn't, obviously. Fuck's sake.
There's this glorious sentence from the New York Times. The story highlights the tensions between a student's deeply felt sense of personal truth and facts that are at odds with it. Personal truth? You mean you were wrong and overreacted and ruined?
Dickhead. You've just supported fucking alternative facts, dude, for president. Like, you really don't get to be like, personal truths. Go back to your Seth Rich corner, prick.
People's lives and their experience at this university. The facts showed that you were incorrect, and that's just your personal truth. My friends,
I wish I could check out this article, because, that'd be good, wouldn't it? But never mind.
I've heard many stories like this. This is not the only one. There are a ton. And we are seeing the explosive expansion of left-wing racial identitarianism, which allows...
Please explain what that means, Tim. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Right, let's... Will the New York Times allow it? Right. Inside a battle over race. Okay. It's difficult to tell with Tim exactly where the fuckery comes in, but we'll have a read. Right. A student said she was racially profiled while eating in a college dorm. An investigation found no evidence of bias, but the incident will not fade away. Northampton, Massachusetts. In midsummer of 2019, Omiu, however you pronounce that, Canute, a black student at Smith College, recounted a distressing American tale. She was eating lunch in a dorm lounge when a janitor and a campus police officer walked over and asked her what she was doing there. The officer, who could have been carrying a lethal weapon, left her near meltdown. Ms. Canute wrote on Facebook, saying that this encounter continued a year-long pattern of harassment at Smith. All I did was be black, Ms. Canute wrote. It's outrageous that some people question my being at Smith College and my existence overall as a woman of colour. The college's president, Kathleen McCartney, offered profuse apologies and put the janitor on paid leave. Quote, "This painful incident reminds us of an ongoing legacy of racism and bias," the president wrote, in which people of colour are targeted while simply going about the business of their ordinary lives. Unquote. The New York Times, the Washington Post and CNN picked up the story of the young female student harassed by white workers. The American Civil Liberties Union, which took the student's case, said she was profiled for eating while black. Less attention was paid 3 months later when a law firm hired by Smith College to investigate the episode found no persuasive evidence of bias. Ms. Canute was determined to have eaten in a was determined to have eaten in a deserted dorm that had been closed for the summer. What? Hang on. The janitor had been encouraged to notify security if he saw unauthorized people there. The officer, like all campus police, was unarmed. Smith College officials emphasized reconciliation and healing after the incident. In the months to come, they announced a raft of anti-bias training for all staff, a revamped and more inclusive campus police force, and the creation of dormitories, as demanded by Ms. Canute and her ACLU lawyer, set aside for black students and other students of colour. But they did not offer any public apology or amends to the workers whose lives were gravely disrupted by the students' accusation. This is a tale of how race, class and power collided at the elite 145-year-old liberal arts college, where tuition, room and board top $78,000 a year, and where the employees who keep the school running often come from working class enclaves beyond the school's elegant wrought iron gates. The story highlights the tensions between a student's deeply felt personal belief, personal truth, and facts that were at odds with it. Those tensions came at a time when few in the Smith community felt comfortable publicly questioning liberal orthodoxy on race and identity. Who the fuck wrote this piece? Liberal orthodoxy. Michael Powell. I bet if we look into Michael Powell, we might find a few things. Did it in America. In America. Let's have a look at his Twitter. Writing on free speech and intellectual debate. Okay. Oh God, he's tweeting out Reason articles. Okay. On the path to reopening, Lincoln Center says create 10. Asking important questions about life and death in Texas last week. Senator Angela Paxton tried to score political points by beating up renewables. This ain't fucks. South Dakota AG pushed by critics to resign. Oh, that's a crazy story, by the way. That's a fucking mental story. He basically murdered someone while drink driving, it would appear, and they're trying to cover it up. Okay, no. Oh, Kathy Young. Oh, no. He's retweeting Kathy Young. Okay. You're giving me a fair indication of who you are here, sir. Along with fucking... along with Reason articles, you're giving me a fair indication that you are a bit of a right-wing gobshite. Ah, well. Okay, we'll read on. Faculty members, however, pointed to a pattern that they say reflects the college's growing timidity in the face of allegations from students, especially around the issues of race and ethnicity. In 2016, students denounced faculty at Smith's social work program as racist after some professors questioned whether admission standards for the program had been lowered, and this was affected the quality of fieldwork. Dennis Meals, one of the professors they decried, left the school not long after. Is that connected in any way, or is that... Look, that's... This reads far more like a kind of opinion piece rather than straightforward news. This seems a bit propaganda-y. Which is why it appeals to Tim Pool, obviously. Then in the autumn of 2019, the Religious Studies Department proposed a class on Native American religion and spirituality. A full complement of students registered, but well before class began, a small contingent of Native American students and allies pasted bright red posters on buildings and campus reviling the course as harmful, intrusive and disrespectful, and attacking the instructor, who was young, white and not on a tenure track. He had an academic background in this field and had modelled his course on that of his mentor, who was a well-known professor and member of the Choctaw Nation. The administration declined to challenge the students' protesters and had the instructor submit to sessions of radical listening with the protesters. In the end, the religious studies department dropped the class. The atmosphere at Smith's is gaining attention nationally, in part because a recently resigned employee of the school, Jodie Shaw, has attracted a fervent YouTube following. We'll have to have a little looky at this one. Who is she? Oh, I can't even fucking... Oh, you bastard. Someone remind me to look up Jodie Shaw. Chat people. Chat people. You motherfuckers. Jodie Shaw. Jodishaw. Remind me for when YouTube's actually fucking working in Britain ever again. Assuming it ever does. Following by decrying what she sees as the college's insistence that its white employees, through anti-bias training, accept the theory of structural racism. Quote, stop demanding that I admit to white privilege and work on my so-called implicit bias on a condition of my continued employment. Unquote. Ms. Shaw, who is also a 1993 graduate of Smith and who worked in the residential life department, said in one of her videos, after months of clashing with the administration, Ms. Shaw resigned last week and appears likely to sue the school, calling it a racially hostile workplace. So it looks like we've got a reverse racism warrior, whatever. Her claim drew headlines from Fox News to Rolling Stone this week. Alumni, faculty and students continue to debate the issue. All of this arose from the events of the July the 30th, 2018. And then it tells the story. Stumbles over race, blah, blah, blah. So it seems... I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of fucky. Comfort versus freedom. Let's have a look at what she has to say.
Hi, it's Jodie. I no longer work in the Department of Residence Life in the Division of Student Affairs at Smith College.
Look up Jodie Shaw.
It was an agonizing decision. I knew that I could not return to such a hostile work environment. And if you
another beanie. They're fucking everywhere, man.
You know that over the past year I tried really hard through internal channels to try to change the situation. And then later I called attention to it in a video, and it didn't change. The administration did not change it. In fact, they enabled it to get worse. And the hostile work environment in and of itself was not without suffering for me, but this whole process was a period of mental and physical anguish. And I don't usually talk about this stuff in videos, but I think it's important for you to know that so you can better understand my decision-making process.
Okay, you're boring me.
I simply could not return to that situation without ensuring further mental and physical anguish. So the other part of my decision was a lot more difficult. I went over and over and over in my head again, like so many times. And I was able to boil it down to two things. It was essentially a decision between comfort or freedom.
Freedom.
And I chose freedom. And that process made me realize...
Okay, you're boring. Sorry. Anyway.
For this type of exploitation. We've already seen many people launch GoFundMe fundraisers and make hundreds of thousands of dollars alleging some kind of victimization at...
Yeah, loads of rowing people have been doing that. I agree. Oh, that's not what you mean, is it?
The hands of the authorities. We are entering an era of woke capital and... I'm sorry.
Woke capital. Oh, fuck me, Tim. You are... Garbage. Just garbage.
My friends, meritocracy has gone out the window. It ain't.
What it was never in the window. It was never a thing, Tim. Only in your fucking head has meritocracy ever actually existed in America. Shut up.
Even command economy. Now it's victimocracy. Those who are considered to be the most victimized get the power. Let's be real. For a long time now, this country has been deemed to be a plutocracy, ruled by wealthy elites and oligarchs.
It is. It literally is. That's all it is, Tim. No, it won't load channels. Oh, God, that's frustrating.
It was Citibank that said something like this about 10 years ago. I believe it was Citibank. I could be wrong. Well, we know that money is power, and that those who have more money have more influence over the political space. So as people seek to use victimhood as a weapon to gain political power, there are going to be very strange...
Like when you constantly moan about censorship when you're not being censored.
People controlling the reins of our government. These are the people who will go on Twitter and claim that Ted Cruz almost got them murdered. I mean, that was...
Yeah, he did. Or at least he fucking tried. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's working for you, apparently. It is not working for me. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but okay, whatever. Can I actually get onto my studio? I don't need... This doesn't need to be on the screen, does it? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's just being weird. For some reason, it won't load channels for me. I don't know why.
AOC. They use this to raise money for political ads. This is the dawning of a victim economy. And this story is just one example. We've got a couple of things that I want to bring up into this story. The nature of critical race theory, as well as new PSAs.
Critical race theory.
From Cartoon Network that many people are talking about, pushing on this idea which expands leftist identitarianism, which would have a government based around race and identity, something that we all fought so hard to end with the 1964 Civil Rights Act. I think it's only going to get
worse. We did that, did we, Tim?
Worse. But let's get started and read through the story to get the nitty-gritty details on what happened with this hoax. Before we get started, head over to timcast.com and become a member to get access to YouTube. I believe this weird issue in the and allows it to a battle over race, class, and power at Smith College. A student said she was racially profiled while eating in a college dorm.
Oh, you're boring. Anyway.
The Constitution does not decree the right to keep and bear arms. It says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
The NRA believes that America's laws should be obeyed, and we will defend the right to bear arms
by any means necessary. We will not be docile for our oppressors.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're with the NRA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a problem?
No,
of course not. The NRA thinks that everyone should have guns.
Yes.
Everyone.
All my brothers should have guns, and we will not rest until we are roaming the streets heavily armed.
Absolutely. How many brothers do you have?
Our numbers grow daily with every hate crime or case of police brutality.
Good. Why do you want to own guns again?
It's my right.
Right. But the Second Amendment also mentions a well-regulated militia.
Oh, we have a well-regulated militia.
Do you? Where do you live again?
That sounds like a background check.
No.
We would never do anything like that. Background checks are,
an invasion of privacy.
Right.
A right is a right. It doesn't have to be justified.
Correct. That's right. Absolutely.
And it is my right to defend myself against a racist government.
Whoa. All right? The government for sure overreaches, and we hate them. But they aren't racist.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
You would if you came from where I come from.
Yeah. Where is that again?
I'm from the land that enslaved my ancestors.
Right. All right. Okay, let's just show a little bit of control with the gun.
Gun control is not necessary. What we need is gun education. You see, this trigger right here, the slightest pressure from my finger, I could send enough bullets to rip your body in half.
Best not to be too cavalier with this, son. It could kill someone.
Yeah, guns can kill. So can knives. What, you gonna try and take away my knives too?
What do you need that thing for?
Hunting.
Hunting season is over, man.
That depends on who you're hunting.
Who you're hunting? You said who? Yeah. Is it who you're hunting or what you're hunting?
Who are you hunting?
You said who? Said who just now? You definitely said who.
You said who?
From my cold, dead hand.
Hi, I'm Raphael from College Humor. Click here to.
Are you indeed, Raphael? I'm sort of bored with Tim. Should we watch something else? What should we watch, people? I'm giving the stream over to you. You can either link me some shit or we'll search out some stuff. Rory Katz is having a little sleep, just for anyone who's interested. It is lib, but it's it was funny because you get the point, don't you? That it's oh, that's the same fucking link again. Sorry. That the NRA doesn't like it when black people have guns. The India-England game, that's not a thing that we need to talk about. Over in 2 days. Bowled out for 81 in the second innings. Embarrassing. Dave Rubin. Okay. What's Dave up to? Anna, Pia, Anna. Oh, this dickhead. Clay Travis.
Get 20% off Topshop and Topman at ASOS now. Your Jamies, your Jonies, your relaxed fit, your straight leg.
This is the entire conceit of my business idea, right? I believe 75 to 80% of sports fans are in no way woke, right? Because sports is the ultimate meritocracy.
Yep. Is it? Is it really? Because poor kids don't get to really play sport, so they don't get to, like, make it at that top level. Just saying.
If you are the best at what you do, you get paid the most, and you are allowed to excel. That's what...
Apart from if you're Colin Kaepernick, in which case you just get blackballed. Never mind.
What should happen in all of American society. Instead, we're bringing identity politics and cancel culture to sports. And I think 75, 80% of sports fans don't want woke sports, right? They don't want to sit around and talk about what a hero Caitlyn Jenner is. And if you're in that group, then Outkick is for you. If you're another 20%, by the way, there's a knife fight every day among sports media members to see who can be the wokest.
You're just a fucking idiot. Also, you said you need to keep politics out of sport. But by saying, oh, we don't need to hear about Caitlyn Jenner, that's you doing the identity oh, you're doing the politics there in the sports. Just saying. Time to pivot to being a full-time Roblox streamer. Okay, what's Roblox? Roblox. It's a game of some sort. I'm not doing that.
They can have their knife fight. We're going to serve the other 75 or 80% of the sports marketplace, and I think they're going to like what they find at Outkick.
I'm Dave Rubin, and joining me today is the founder of Outkick.com, and truly, and I mean this truly, one of the breast men in all of journalism, Clay Travis. Welcome back to the Rubin Report.
One of the breast men? What?
I appreciate you having me. I'm excited to be back on. I think the first time I came on was after that CNN explosion, ridiculousness back in 2017, maybe the fall of 2017. And a lot of what we talked about, frankly, the first time I came on your show has only gotten worse since then. And to your credit, you predicted that was going to happen, and
I take no.
You know, it's just
these
become
two
more
are
chaotic.
fucking
Clay,
cancer.
I take no pride in it. But before we do anything else, for those that have not seen the incredible clip of you and Brooke Baldwin, you dared to say the word boobs on CNN, and you paid the price. Paint the picture for the people.
So, look, I mean, we know, you know, that much...
Let's have a look for that clip, because it doesn't look like they're going to play it. Type in Clay Travis boob. Is this him saying boobs? Okay.
And that had absolutely nothing to do with sports. And they said, look, you can't have this opinion. It's too conservative. We're not going to allow it. I think that's a bad move. I'm a First Amendment absolutist. I believe in only two things completely, the First Amendment and boobs. And so once they made the decision...
That's really funny. Also, no one's a free speech absolutist, you idiot. I fucking guarantee you, if Troy Aikman, he does sports in America, sports commentary now, obviously he's retired. If he came on TV and said, I think we should murder Donald Trump. I think that Donald Trump is a terrible person. We should flay him alive during the Super Bowl halftime show. I would guess, Clay, my dear boy, I would guess that you would have something of an issue with that and would be calling for his removal. One would suggest. Just a thought.
That they were not
did you
going
just
to
say
allow a
you believe in the First
conservative,
Amendment and-
non-sports-related commentary. They
Wait,
couldn't
hold on,
do it
hold on,
either.
hold on. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly as a woman anchoring the show. Did you say, what did you just say? You believe in the First Amendment and BWBS?
Boobs. Two things that have only never let me down in this entire country's history, the First Amendment and boobs. So those are the only two things I believe in.
He's like a 12-year-old. Boobs. Boobies. Fuck me. Oh. No wonder Dave has him on, though, because that's the kind of high-level ideas that Dave enjoys. He doesn't enjoy boobs, though, because he's, I don't know if... Has Dave ever mentioned he's gay? I don't think so, because he doesn't like identity politics. But...
Much of TV is fundamentally artificial. And so it's easy to say things like, hey, I'm a First Amendment absolutist. But the cliche of a statement like that sort of deadens it on hearing because it's so transparently cliched, and frankly, because so many people who say it are the exact opposite, of First Amendment absolutists. They don't absolutely believe in the marketplace of ideas.
So I'm sure that you were deeply, deeply enraged when Colin Kaepernick was fired then, right? Because you're a free speech absolutist. No, he didn't care.
And so what I started saying on my radio show years and years ago was the only two things that have never let me down are the First Amendment and boobs, right? Sports talk radio staple. Dangerous. A lot of men out there.
That's so funny if you're 10.
A lot of women as well agree with that statement. And so I would kind of say it as a tongue-in-cheek way to advance the First Amendment because that is a little bit of an outlandish thing to say, right?
No, it's not outlandish. It's childish. It's just embarrassing. Like, it's not even funny. It's just shit. It's just really boring. Like, I'd expect an 8-year-old to say that. I like sports and boobies. Like, you're on the fucking news giving an opinion about a very serious topic. No, that doesn't mean you can't add levity to the situation. That's fine. It doesn't mean you can't engage in a bit of bawdy repartee. But just saying sports and boobies, it is so unbelievably cringe. It's embarrassing. Because it's not even edgy. It's just shit. It's just really bad. Like, yeah, I like boobs too, but it's not the point.
And I'm old enough to remember when the Hugh Hefners of the world were considered to be heroes for their willingness, the Larry Flints of the world, to push the boundaries of acceptable.
Yeah, and I'm old enough to remember Strom Thurmond being a senator. It doesn't make it right. Like, it's just nonsense. I don't care. Yeah, things aren't the way. That's basically conservatism in a nutshell. Things aren't the way they were, and that scares me. That's literally the absolute core of what conservatism is. The world around me has changed, and I'm terrified of it. It's embarrassing.
Speech. And so, in many ways, you and I overlap here.
Also, it's not a free speech issue, because you said boobies, and you weren't put in jail. You didn't face any legal sanction whatsoever, so shut up.
much less troubled by the idea of disagreement than I am by the idea of agreement, because agreement is what happens in totalitarians.
Especially, you definitely believe that if someone's being political at sports in a way you don't like, that those people need to be ostracised from the sporting community. But politics you do like the national anthem and all the rest of it, that's just super duper fine. But you agree in agreement as long as that agreement is in agreement with you.
Governments. That's not, when everybody has the same opinion, it's not because they actually have the same opinion. It's because so many people are afraid of being able to say exactly what they think. So I just kind of tossed line out. I'd done it for years. And Brooke Baldwin lost her mind. She was like, oh my, basically, oh my God. And she immediately started.
No, she didn't. We just watched this. She went, did you say freedom and boobies? She was like, that's kind of gross. Don't do that. That's just weird and creepy. She literally didn't. She didn't go, oh my God. That you lied there. What you did there, Clay, was a lie. Thank you to Neat Feet for following on Twitch.
Started to basically demand that I give an apology, and I just leaned into it. And in so doing, I think
very grown up.
Struck a blow for many people out there that are just so used to anytime somebody says I'm offended that you're just going to drop down on your hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. And
like when people said I'm offended by Colin Kaepernick, and then he literally lost his entire career. Do you remember that, Clay? And you supported that. Fuck you, free speech absolutist.
She's an adult. I'm an adult. What I said wasn't in any way an offensive comment. And so
yeah, but it does suggest you're not very good at being an adult. You may have an adult body, you don't have an adult mind.
I apologize for it. And she, I think, began what has become the ritualized woke demand for a
yeah, she
apology.
began it.
And the fact that I wouldn't do it, I think even people who didn't necessarily agree with my phrasing respected the fact that I wasn't willing to embrace the ritualized apology, which has become such a staple of modern day woke culture.
Yeah, and subsequently, flash forward 3 years, you're absolutely blowing up, and Outkick is blowing up, and you're about to launch on Locals, or you just launched on Locals this morning, which we're going to talk about in just a sec. And Brooke has apparently retired from CNN. So these things have a way of working themselves.
Haha, it's funny. She lost a career or something. So let's celebrate that or something.
Themselves out. But before we do some of what you're launching right now, do you find it sort of bizarre that you spend so much time talking about politics and all this stuff? Because partly why Outkick is successful is because ESPN went all in on all of this stuff. And I mean, this is what we were talking about 3 years ago, but if anything, it's gotten worse. And now we're trying to give people some alternatives.
Get 20% off Topshop and Topman at ASOS now. Your Janies.
No, I think it certainly has gotten worse. And I think sports, I know you're an old school 1990s NBA fan, as many people out there who watched The Last Dance, which sort of epitomized that era, the Jordan era NBA were. And to me, what it represents is using sports as a fulcrum upon which to attack basic American societal values and create a marketplace where only one opinion is allowed.
Yeah, like when you say that you can't kneel for the national anthem, you have to stand up and suck Uncle Sam's cock every Sunday. That's you trying to enforce your political hegemony. I agree with you. That's wrong. You shouldn't do it. Both of these twats voted for Donald Trump, who literally called for NFL players to be fired for using their First Amendment. I know. It's crazy.
And it came to, I think, a head regarding people not even being willing to go visit the White House, where somehow if you were going to the White House, you were endorsing everything that the President of the United States.
I will point out that neither of these gentlemen seem to have a problem when Tim Thomas, the goaltender for the 2010, was it 2011, Boston Bruins NHL championship team, refused to go to the White House to meet Barack Obama. That didn't seem to have a problem with that. That was fine. But when someone else is doing it against a person they do like, then it's a problem. Then it's woke culture. Motherfucker, people have been doing this for years. There have been various Olympic athletes who have won medals, who've been invited to the White House, but for political reasons have decided they don't want to go. That's fine. That is what I like to call them using their fucking freedoms, you dopey shithead. Yeah, no, I'm a Bruins fan too, but the point being that the goaltender, however great he was in that playoff run, was a libertarian shitbag who refused to go and meet Barack Obama. That's fine. He's entitled to do that. I'm not going to be like, he's being super woke, this is a bad thing. Shut the fuck up.
Was saying all of that was transparently ridiculous. And so I think there is a massive demand out there for a marketplace of ideas in the world of sports. And look, I think sports and politics...
Except when you disagree with the ultra-nationalist bullshit of sort of mainstream sports. If you disagree with that, then you can go fuck yourself. Clay is a free speech absolutist. Kill me!
By and large, should be separate arenas, because I think most people go into sports to escape the serious things in life. You know, guys just want to kick their feet up, and girls, and watch a game instead of having to worry about everything else.
Let's be honest, Travis. Why did you correct yourself there? Don't be politically correct. You mean boys.
Going on in politics. That's why sports were so popular historically, I believe. But even worse...
Well, I mean, yes and no. Sport can operate in that way, but sport can actually operate as a fulcrum, as a focus point for political movements and stuff. If one looks at the way in which, say, FC Barcelona were a fulcrum for their community during the days of the Francoist regime in Spain, that's why they're literally known as Mickey Young Club, more than a club, because they're known as having operated as essentially one of the building blocks of society in that place at that time, because the Spanish government were cracking down on them and stuff. Like, it can work both ways. It can absolutely work both ways. It can be apolitical, and that's fine. It can be very political. That's also fine. You're just like, oh, I need to keep politics out of sport, except the bits that I really like. That bit can stay. The bit with the military flyovers and the national anthems and the flags and the sucking off military veterans on the sidelines and all of that, that can stay. All of that politics is good. Everything else, no, that's bad. With your woke politics. What's this? What we got? Cancelled characters from today. Oh yeah, Mr. Potato Head's just becoming Potato Head. That gets a bookmark. That'll be brought up tomorrow. What have we got here? We've got that hasn't been cancelled. Are they still using? Aren't the Cleveland Indians still using that thing? Maybe not. The Paw Patrol dog. Did he get cancelled? Okay. I don't even know what that's for, but Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and Gina Carano, and now Mr. Potato Head. Interesting. Level, just saying. Oh, that's again.
Worse than sports going political is this idea that
it's not sports going political. You dickhead. The fact that he's got literally the thing Dixieland Delight. Why do you think it's called Dixieland? Why do you think it's called Dixieland? You fucking twat.
You can only believe that Colin Kaepernick is a hero, or that Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich, when they were attacking Donald Trump, were speaking truth to power and deserve to be lionized for that, or LeBron.
Or when lots of media people, lots of sports people have spoken out against every fucking politician that's ever existed. There were sports people who spoke out against Barack Obama. There were sports people who spoke out against George W. Bush, etc., etc., on down the line. You also didn't seem to mind when the NFL and the sort of nationalist establishment used the Tillman thing, right? When he joined the military and died and all that, and they made up a fucking story to make him seem like much more of a hero, to tap into that. That was fine. That kind of political game playing is super duper awesome to these people. The hypocrisy is fucking off the charts.
LeBron James or Megan Rapinoe, it's a one-way street. If you are a left-wing activist, masquerading in the world of sports, you become incredibly praised by the woke sports media, which is...
Dickhead. If you win at sport, yes, you do. Also, does it really matter that Colin Kaepernick could get praised? His career was destroyed. He took a stand and his career was destroyed by cunts like you, who then parade around as First Amendment absolutists. This is the thing. I've mentioned this in a PragerFU video I did, which is why I clicked on this video, because it was Clay Travis who was the presenter of that PragerU video. So I knew this was going to be dumb. Anyway, the point is, dear viewers, that the idea that it's supposed to sports is apolitical is ridiculous. It's about human beings. At the end of the day, it's about human beings. Anything that can corral tens of thousands of people free of free will into a stadium and pay huge sums of money to go and do so has a social potential of enormous quality, of enormous stature. The idea that that's not going to be used for political ends is a joke. The idea that you think it ever was used with completely apolitical ends is ludicrously childish, bordering on the unbelievable. Literally, in the sense that I don't believe you think that. I know you know it's political, you just want it to be your kind of political and everyone else has to shut the fuck up. Which again, rather puts pay to the idea of you as a free speech absolutist.
Is even more liberal, and I know this is crazy for a lot of people to understand, the sports media is even more liberal than the political media is. Dave, this is going to be crazy to you, I think, and I'm still kind of stunned by it. Do you know that in the entire world of sports, I am the only person to publicly say that I was voting for Donald Trump?
I don't think that's true, but whatever, I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Not one other person with any sort of substantial audience in the world of sports media came out and said, hey, I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I laid out exactly why I was doing that. And you would
because you're a free speech absolutist, voting for a guy who literally called for the firing of people who did peaceful protest. So, you know, yay, free speech.
Amazed, or maybe you wouldn't be, by the hundreds of people in my industry who reached out and said, I am doing the exact same thing. Thank you for going public with your vote. I'm terrified I'll get canceled or I will lose my job if I say that I am doing...
Oh, shut the fuck up. Anyway, am I going to look at the Vosh thing after this? What Vosh thing?
What you are doing. And that to me is just an example of how bereft my own industry has become when you consider the larger arena of
Well, you could leave. You don't have to be there.
Sports and how it intersects with politics.
Right, but of course the irony here is that you saw all this, you started talking about it, and then what you do, you didn't just complain about it, you started building your own stuff. So can you just talk for a minute before we get into the local stuff about how Outkick is blowing up? Because we're watching ESPN crumble. I mean, I tweet about it all the time that I can't watch any of these things anymore.
Yeah, because you're a far-right hack. Funny.
I can't watch them, but you're actually building something.
That's right. So one of the things that we're doing is we're building our own over-the-top network. It will include my radio show, which is on nationwide from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern. And by the way...
Which I've listened to from time to time, and he is very political, even though he says that sports and politics shouldn't mix.
Is absolutely exploding. We have the biggest national sports talk radio show in the country for mornings across the entire United States, which is a pretty good endorsement of what I am.
Yeah, he's not actually blowing up at all.
As being popular among sports fans. But we're going to be live, basically competing with ESPN programming through our own Outkick over-the-top network from 6 a.m. in the morning on the East
Actually, that's a
Coast.
good point. I missed that, yeah. He's going on about how sports and politics shouldn't mix, but yet he's annoyed that sports people didn't come out and be like, this is who I'm voting for. Dickhead. What's this? Talking with Mexi, discussing Dear Girl, Twitch and more. That's 4.5 fucking hours, my dude. I don't have time for 4.5 fucking hours. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take a look at that. It's 4.5 fucking hours. Sorry. Who is this nobody? This is a guy called Clay Travis, who's a slightly shit sports commentator who does politics.
Until 7 p.m. on the East Coast, which is the time when there are typically not games going on. So 13 hours a day. The plan is by the time we get to August to have 13 full hours set up. By March 15th, we will have 7 hours up and running and basically be creating our own network. Now you'll be able to consume it audio, video, as many different ways as possible. You can go to outkick.com. I'm sure we're going to be...
Oh, this guy's boring. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to end it there. Vosh is unbanned from Twitch, so I could watch the thing. He talks to Mexia at the start. Who's Mexia? Oh, Mexi, sorry, yeah. It was a typo, but I should have worked that out straight away. We've already been going 3 hours. Indeed, we have already been going 3 hours. Also, that was from, like, May. No, I'm not saying it's not relevant in terms of, like, ongoing political matters or whatever, I don't know. But I can't be bothered now. I think I'm probably going to end here. My moderators are great. Every time I go to do a thing, a moderator's already taken care of it. Yeah, very good in that regard. Here it is. Nazi Reddit. What's this? Welcome to Retalk. Woke companies to boycott. Let's have a look at this. Disney. I know this is a hard one for those. By the way, I'm looking at this off screen because I've never been to this, so it could be very, very... there could be all kinds of TOS language. So I'm reading to this. It's from Retalk. And it's... someone sent this to me saying it was Nazi Reddit. Anyway, so this is their list of companies to... quote... woke companies to boycott. I know this is a hard one for those with kids, but the recent episode where they cancelled Gina Carano because of wrongthink. Leftist bias has destroyed Wikipedia, apparently. Gillette. Oh my god, as if they're still going on about that toxic masculinity advert from fucking 3 years ago or something. Red alert. Democrats take first steps to censor conservative TV channels OAN, Newsmax and Fox News. Where did millions of dollars in donations to Black Lives Matter go? Up my bum. Coca-Cola is forcing employees to complete online training, telling them to try to be less white. LOL. What's this? Caroline supports... What the fuck is this? Caroline supports banning critical race theory in New Hampshire. Oh, that's Dr. quote-unquote Dr. Carly B. Who, by the way, was cancelling someone the other day on her thing. Why the Democrats' COVID lockdown regime could come crashing down by April. Coke products. There are roughly 200 businesses whose leaders are backing gun control initiatives. Former New York Times reporter shocked by censorship. We must wake up, not woke up. Marxists are winning. Degeneration in tech. Oh, God. Bookmarked. That one will be... definitely one to have a little look at later, I think. Anyway, I'll go back to my pick. You're here forever and 4 hour... yeah. No, it wasn't supposed to be on screen because I didn't know I didn't know if it was going to be use some naughty no words that we're not allowed to use on the on the YouTube or Twitch. Anyway, what's this? YouTube. What? Who's sending me weird anime stuff? Don't do that. Lace. You silly sausage. Anyway, thank you all for listening and watching. My links are below. You can follow me on Twitch. You can subscribe to me on Twitch. You can YouTube subscribe to me. You can do all of that. You can follow me on social medias. If you want to financially contribute, you've got the Streamlabs and the PayPal. If you want, pardon me, for one-off donations, that is. You can. There's also the Patreon if you want to give a monthly recurring donation thing. And I'm going to be trying to maybe give some actual perks on that. I'm going to try and come up with something. I don't know. Maybe in the comment section suggest things that might be of vague interest to some of you. Maybe, I don't know. Whatevs. And all of that is linked below. So go and check out all of my links and show me some love on the various sites. It's all good. And on Twitch, I'm going to raid you into... Where am I going to raid you into? We'll go with Tina 2. Oh, she's playing video games. Hannah. Hannah's pretty dope. So I'll send you over there. And I'll say thank you all for listening and watching. I'll be back tomorrow, probably with Christy, I think. I will, same time as always, 7 PM UK time, 2 PM on the East Coast of Americana land.